What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling? What's up, y'all? How y'all feeling out there? If there are any content creators out there that's I got this from Trump.
I'm about to say Trump.
I do the Trump hand.
Nothing like me. It's totally fine.
The best ever.
I like it. I don't know why I do
The size of my crowd.
It's the greatest ever. It's very.
But there's any content creators that's out there looking for a new home, please hit me up. I'm trying to invest in the studio. I'm trying to see if there's a need out there or what, or we just going to do this for So Shameless and Hard to Soft. Let me know if you're looking for a space, if you're looking for production, if you're looking for some type of deal with me, and let's talk business. All right, other than that, let's get to the episode. These niggas is crazy. These niggas, you get to the end of the episode on this one, because these niggas here. Shit, let's go.
My name is Royce, and my poem is titled White Boy Privilege. Dear women, I'm sorry. Dear black people, I'm sorry. Dear Asian Americans, dear Native Americans, dear immigrants who come here seeking a better life, I'm sorry. Dear everyone who isn't a middle or upper class white boy, I'm sorry. I have started life at the top of a ladder while you were born on the first rung. I say now that I would change places with you in an instant, but if given the opportunity, would I? Probably not, because to be honest, being privileged is awesome. I'm not saying that you and me on different rungs of the ladder is how I want it to stay. I'm not saying that any part of me has for a moment even liked it that way. I'm just saying that I fucking love being privileged and I'm not ready to give that away. I love it because I can say fucking and not one of you is attributing that to the fact that everyone of my skin color has a dirty mouth. I love it because I don't have to spend an hour every morning putting on makeup to meet other people's standards. I love it because I can worry about what kind of food is on my plate instead of whether or not there will be food on my plate. I love it because when I see a police officer, I see someone who's on my side. To be honest, I'm scared of what it would be like if I wasn't on the top rung, if the tables were turned and I didn't have my white boy privilege safety blanket to protect me. If I lived a life lit by what I lack, not what I have. If I lived a life in which when I failed, the world would say, told you so. If I lived the life that you live.
Yeah, he did. He went in. White boy went in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Y'all respect it? Mecc said, Mecc, you ain't got to respect it if you don't want to respect it.
He said the quiet part out loud.
He said the quiet part out loud.
What's the consequence?
I respect that. It's hard to say the quiet part out loud. You know?
Not when there's no consequences behind it. It's easy when there's no consequences.
You want his dad to say it. At 14, he ain't got no real.
Do something.
He can't.
Exactly.
That's why I don't mean nothing.
So it don't mean nothing.
Nothing don't mean nothing, but it's not as impactful.
Yeah, it's cool, but how am I supposed to feel about you admitting something that I already knew?
Look, I'm trying to think about it.
Nah, because that's part of the issue, like admitting it. Like,
because we ask women for accountability all the time. So if she says something that we already knew, we ask for that.
Right, but we expect the friction becomes when we expect change from it. I've stopped expecting change from that side of the argument. I expect lip service. I expect demonstrative shit. I've stopped expecting anything impactful to happen without somebody else putting a foot on their neck, which doesn't happen. So it's.
So what does that mean as far as us living here? You living here. You live in a system. You live around them. You live under a certain type of foot on your neck. You just like, fuck it. I don't expect nothing different. I'm just gonna get used to these.
No, and I rock and roll to make the situation better. I don't expect. That doesn't mean I don't do anything. You dig? I don't expect much from them. When I see it, I'm happy. When I see it, I'm okay. I see you. Okay, cool. When I see more than lip service, it's a good look. Don't get me wrong. It's just I need more than to hear that in a poetry slam from a 14-year-old white kid for me to be moved. It's cool. It's impressive. You know, good for him. Awareness. Let's see what happens when he's 24. Let's see what happens when he's 34. Let's see what he does when he's 44. Like, let me see something.
Agreed. Plus, I don't really like hearing what people say sorry anyway.
Apologizing.
Sorry, like he just sound like a sorry little white boy.
You know what it is? It's like performative. It
It's
comes
very
off as performative. That's what I'm saying. It's like, all right, like that's cool.
So you align with us for now, but you're not losing nothing. Him saying that, he don't lose nothing. He could just say that. But when the real privilege comes, the jobs and the property and land and getting pulled over, not getting killed, that's when the real privilege. Yo, jump in front of these bullets for me, man. Jump in front of these 51 shots.
I think we're being overly critical of a 14-year-old. Like that, the first step of anything is admitting it, and a lot of people can't get to that first step. And he's 14, and he has the wherewithal and wants to say it out loud. I commend him for it. We're talking about everything that he's not doing. But can we commend a 14-year-old kid for what he is doing? And the first step of that is acknowledging it. There's politicians that's going on record like, oh, America's not a racist country. If you don't acknowledge that it's a racist country, we can't fight racism and white supremacy. So at least he's out acknowledging it. Yeah, that's the easy part. Yeah, action needs to come after that. But that's a huge first step. And why not commend him for it? And
is it a first step if you can't take no other steps? If you have nothing, exactly.
We talking about, what are we talking about?
Again, let's see what he does. Yeah. That's why I keep saying let's see what happens. I'm not anti him doing it. I hear where you're coming from. Absolutely. However, he's 14. You know what I mean? And they're grown folk making that. Did he do it because he wants to acknowledge the problem, or did he do it because he wants to get some ass in a poetry spot, and he wants everybody jumping on his dick for saying some fly shit?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be either one. It could be he really meant it, or he could, I'm gonna kill him tonight with this one. Could be,
And part of the problem is I think most of that sector don't believe what he's saying. So I think that's really the issue. You know what I'm saying? Because even though you might feel that way, the large portion of the people really don't feel that way or think that. So that's why, to your point, it is a good first step because. Most people don't even believe it. So it's always going to be a first step just to be like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just to acknowledge it. But
I didn't look into the caption of that, but that's a guy named Royce Wakens or some shit like that. He's actually 21 years old. Oh. Now, he was 14 when it was recorded. He's 21 now, and he's heavily into politics.
Okay.
Heavily into politics. Heavily into, I guess, just being righteous as a motherfucker. All of his posts are about politics, about helping voters.
Line up with the message, basically.
They line up with the message. He hasn't changed much. Which leads me to the next question that I have. It seems like he's very aligned on our side of things, right? Seems like he, is on. Is he pro-black? But if he's white, can he actually be pro-black?
I don't think he's...
Mecc took a... Wait up, let me introduce our guest today. Matter of fact, Trom, you brought him. You know more about him. Introduce our guest today.
So, I know Mecc for, I don't know how many years. Definitely well over a decade.
A smooth decade, easy.
Yeah.
Nice. Easy.
And one thing I could say is, in music and entertainment, is not too many people that you could say is solid. You know what I mean? And this brother right here to my left, Mecc, solid, like consistent. When I say always been consistent, always been top tier with what he says and what he does.
Means
just
a lot.
Little things. You know what I mean?
Means a lot.
Thank you.
So yeah, definitely an honor and privilege to have him on the show. And not only that, like just somebody I admire. The way he thinks, you know what I mean? You check out, I'll let you give your Instagram stuff, but check out his thoughts, Mechanism Mondays and stuff. He always drops jewels and shit. Like, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm gonna go follow him. Mechanism Mondays. What's that?
I give a piece of advice to creatives, up and coming artists every Monday. Like as I consult during the week, a theme kind of comes, a common problem between all of them, and I try to give a free piece of advice to get you past this issue. Here's what not to do, kind of thing. Like skip this part and go from there.
So you work in the industry in some fashion?
Yeah, I consult. I started off as a journalist for a bunch of years. I was a music editor of the Source magazine for a gang of years. I A&R now for Busta Rhymes and the Conglomerate Entertainment. I'm on the My Expert Opinion Show podcast. and my main thing is, and I run an indie hip hop label called Viper Records.
Viper Records.
Mm-hmm.
Dope. Damn, I don't know if I should ask this question, but you work for the Source. Elliot Wilson is coming out now. He's doing a lot in front of the thing. I don't know if y'all are competitors. I don't want to start no beef or whatever. But what do you think about his resurgence in the game? They were saying that he's not top 5 or something like that when it comes
Elliot
to
Wilson?
Yeah. Yellow nigga.
I don't. Who's critiquing him? Who's saying that he's not top 5?
I think it was Complex.
Charlemagne.
Was it Charlemagne?
Charlemagne. He was Complex put him on the top. Complex put him top 5 on their list, and I think Charlemagne was like he didn't deserve to be top 5.
All right. Well, compared to who? Like you. Anytime you hear some critique, you got to consider the source.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon the pun. If you're gonna sit here and talk about a journalist who's put pen to paper for decades,
Mm-hmm.
broke stories, did this, did that, et cetera, like his stripes speak for themselves. If you're gonna discredit those stripes, I need to know where yours are. Right now, you're a radio, and I have all respect for radio because I don't do radio. I can't sit here and critique Wendy Williams or some of the greats that came from radio. You'd never see me sitting there going, well, they don't deserve the blah 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 because they're not my favorite or for whatever reason. I need to know the criteria. What are you judging on? So because I don't know that, I don't. Okay, that's how you feel, but based on what?
I wouldn't say Elliot was his top 5 for where I'm at right now.
Say that again.
Just as a part of the community that he's giving this information to, and the only reason is that he just came back. For a while, I didn't know where he was. I remember he left Vibe. I remember he was doing his own thing for a while.
Double XL.
He was, right?
He was Double XL.
And I used to read the Vibe. I would watch the yellow nigga comments when he would read. I would read that whole thing at the end. I can't remember what it was, but he had his own little thing. It was like a page article that he would do, and at the end sign yellow nigga. I remember this. So he was held high by me as far as journalism, for what it's worth. But after Double XL, I don't remember much.
Well, he had the Crown series for a while.
Crown and Rap Radar.
Yeah, he did the Crown. He was interviewing.
But B-Dot seemed to have made more noise than him.
Well, B-Dot had a lot of controversial takes, but that doesn't excuse the platform that came via Elliot. You know what I mean?
Rap Radar, yeah.
You don't hear B-Dot talking shit about him. You dig what I mean? So,
friends don't talk shit about each other.
As well they shouldn't, but even on some peer-to-peer shit, like you don't hear that happening. You hear other people from outside making those critiques. So again, by what criteria are you saying he's not top whatever? I personally am not looking and paying attention that close. But if this is what the conversation is, okay, I'll entertain it. What's the criteria? What do we judge him by? What didn't he do? Journalists step away all the time. People stop and write a book. People stop and write a movie. People stop and do things behind the scenes. I haven't written an article in 4 or 5 years. My pen is still what it is.
But that would mean that today, if we judged you by journalism today or being a writer today,
I think even if you look at the 5, right?
Well, that's relevancy. You're speaking more. That sounds more along the lines of relevancy. Right. But we're not talking about talent. We're not talking about pen to pad. We're not talking about numbers on the board. Okay, these are my numbers. These are the things I've done. I'll put them up against whatever else we're judging if it fits in that criteria. If it don't, then cool. But it doesn't erase what I've done.
What exactly was the category? Top 5 what?
Top 5 hip hop media personalities. So top 5 is Ack, Joe, Kai, Charlemagne, and Elliot. Complex list, right? And Charlemagne's argument, when you ask like why would he not be top 5? Charlemagne's argument basically was that out of everybody there, Elliot, within the last year, I don't think he has had his own platform. So he's appeared on platforms, Vlad, different places, but everybody in the top 5, Ack, Joe, Kai, and Charlemagne have their own, their own pods, their appearances and shit. So that's where he was coming from with it. More so
than criteria.
No. We talk about the actual working of, because it's like all the other people have their own platforms. You see what I'm saying? So people that's cranking out content 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That was his argument.
If that's the criteria we're judging by, then okay.
Doesn't he have his own shit now though?
The bigger picture with DJ Head and Jeremy, that's new though. So I think that might have came.
Yeah.
You know, he might have been like a few episodes in when they dropped that.
So we'll see how that shakes out. At the time,
he just dropped something new.
It's wild when you make these lists based on
year to year. Sure.
A very specific criteria where this one person isn't playing in that arena. You just, okay, all right. I guess that makes sense. When you explain it that way, that makes sense. But I don't see the. Sure.
Okay. I understand that. I get it, but I can't. I don't think we can say that he's not in the. You know what I'm saying? He's not in the mix of the old hip hop journalist guard and still bringing it forward.
To those names right now, Elliott Wilson don't fit in that list for me right now. He's still legendary to me when it comes to hip hop journalism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
You can't erase that, which is what Mecc's saying. Right?
Yeah.
That what he's done is what he's done. It's helped form the culture. It's helped build the culture. It is what it is. But if you're just gonna go by, that's like a right now thing. It's just literally a right now thing. It goes back to what LL was saying about the Mount Rushmore.
But that's what Elliott is saying. He's saying he don't want the legacy act. He don't want the legend status. He want to compete today.
He wants to be active.
He wants to.
Well, you gotta get to work.
Okay, well then you go. And let's see what happens 3 months from now. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I wasn't playing. Now I'm playing. So now let's see what happens.
Yeah, I feel like I fuck with Elliott. So I feel like
he's going hard. He's been
going hard. I feel like the show with Jeremy, that he dropped some new shit, like I guess a 101 interview series. He did some shit with Cash Cobain, I think, a few days ago. So I see him. He's trying, and like I said, sometimes you need some. You know what I'm saying? You need a Charlamagne, somebody to point certain things out, put that fire up.
If that's what he wants to do, like we're all talking like as if he can't do whatever he wants. It's not like it. We'll see what happens. Like that list, I agree. That list is very right now, very in the moment.
Right. And Elliott, you don't know what that's going to look like 5 years from now.
You don't know what that's going to look like 5 weeks from now. Elliott could turn the dial and start cranking out whatever.
To be honest with you, I think On the Radar should have been a top 5 platform for me. The freestyle
that's
series.
B.
No.
Yeah. On the Radar. Right.
That's a.
I would like to say, if y'all hear this voice next to me, that is artist, vlogger, hip hop. I don't know, something. You more than just an artist. Yeah, aficionado. This nigga was arguing with me about Drake. You know he's a Drake stan. Super Drake stan.
And we're back.
He got an owl on his back right now. It moves when he walks. The owl flaps its wings.
See, you wanna play? Okay, I see.
That's right. This is my cousin Yesssterday.
What's up, y'all?
I definitely wanted to have you sit on the couch with us as we went forward. I wanted to have an all-male podcast. I told Dash she was going to try to make it. I said, yo, just stay home. Is that bad? Nah, this is Dash show, you know what I'm saying? But just stay home. It's Labor Day weekend. I knew we had Mecca here. I know we had Yesssterday and Charm is in the building. Charm is in New York, usually in fucking Spain or some shit like that. I still want to ask you why you ain't never go to Africa, but that's another combo. Because I'm about pro-black. I'm about being pro-black.
I was literally talking about that yesterday.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But now let's go back to the Royce thing. Although he speaks up for the black community, he's actually in politics. He's doing all these things for schools and whatnot in the black community, I believe, from what I can see on his Instagram. The question came up by somebody on Twitter the other day. Can a white person be pro-black? Anybody?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. How about can you do the right thing? Because most times when I hear somebody's being pro-black,
got spike on my shirt. That's what you did.
Most times when I hear somebody's being pro-black, 9 times out of 10, when you look into it, that person is just really doing the right thing. Hey, this is foul. I'm speaking on it. This is foul. I'm doing something about it. This is foul. I'm putting my money where my Tim Wise, put my money where my mouth is. Jane Elliott. I'm showing and proving they're doing the right thing. It doesn't make them anti-white. Being pro-black just kind of looks like, this is fucked up. I don't like this. I don't like how y'all doing this. I'm not okay with this, so I'm gonna do something about it. If he's doing something about the things he sees,
I think that changes the conversation, man.
I think the conversation should be changed. I don't think we should look at things as pro-black, pro-white, pro-ploded. How about we do the right thing? How about everybody do the right thing? How about we stop fucking with people just because of this thing, and this thing being something completely benign and harmless to anybody else?
So I bring up the convo for one. You know, Dr. Umar is another one of these personalities that's out here today, and he talks about what do you call the snow bunnies?
Snow bunny crisis.
Sand bunnies.
Sand bunnies, rice bunnies, salsa bunnies.
Really?
Oh, I didn't hear the different bunnies.
Oh, the sand bunnies.
All the other bunnies.
Oh, yeah, sand bunnies.
What's that? The people who like Palestinian?
I don't know.
No, not
I don't know.
Not
I don't know what he's. I don't know what he's talking
if
about.
you like Arab girls or whatever, rice if you like Asian girls.
Really?
Yeah, he has a whole little fucking zoo of bunnies that you can't fuck with.
This is ridiculous.
You know what I'm saying? Snow, rice, sand, all of these things. Ice. What's that?
He said ice. I don't know.
Ice bunny?
Ice.
What are they from Alaska? Like
Yeah,
what?
you get it. I don't know.
Are they Eskimos?
I guess
That's
like
where you going
Norwegian, but they're still snow bunnies. I don't know.
You know, and he speaks towards the men out there that consider themselves to be, you know, pro-black, but are married or fucking with people of other races.
Right.
And so I was starting with the white, but then I was also coming back to us. Like, can you actually? Because if you're gonna say it's just doing the right thing, I don't think the definition of pro-black, because you can't erase what pro-black is. That's a thing. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole definition, and not only just a definition. It's an action-based model. The way you move, the community that you're trying to support, uplift. You know what I'm saying? Pour money into. You know. Educate. That's a whole thing under pro-black. I looked it up. Trust me. But if you're married to a white girl, can you be pro-black?
Does that erase the work you're doing?
Does that erase the work?
It does erase the
What
look
exactly?
of, not the look. I don't mean to say the look, but you're not creating more black families. You're kind of creating.
Well, you
a whole
have
different
black.
line.
You have black children.
It's there.
You're gonna have black children.
Is there?
And it doesn't stop you from being a black man, I'm assuming, or a black woman. You're still making black children.
Right.
And if you're doing the work that uplifts your community, your people, if you're doing pro-black things,
Check, yeah.
Then you go home and lay with a white woman.
sure.
And you also have, which means you have done certain harm, assumably, through growing up and getting ready to be in a relationship to black women. Assumably.
Not necessarily. Not
How would you
necessarily.
assume that?
I don't know if I
Not
can-
necessarily.
That's what
okay,
niggas do.
okay.
That's what
okay.
niggas do.
How about
That's what all men do.
How about the scenario where, and ladies, don't kill me on this one, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. How about the scenario where black women have been doing you dirty your adolescent life? You lost your taste for them as you grew into manhood, and you became attracted to somebody else who treated you nice.
That I would slap the shit out you for saying that.
Okay, but what if that's
Because
the case?
that means you can't get done dirty by black women. You got done dirty by women that happen to be black. And then you said, yo, you know what? Fuck all black women. Like you need the shit slapped out.
I'm not, I'm never okay with fuck all of y'all because of your experience.
Yeah.
But if you
Unless you're a Virgo.
if you got a wow,
Unless you're a Virgo. Because all of y'all are alike. Y'all all have the same exact shit going on. And if you're a Virgo, fuck all of y'all. That's just how it goes. Hey, happy Virgo.
this is me playing devil's
side.
advocate. I'm telling you what I've heard from people who have gone out of their way to explain this to me. And I didn't ask for an explanation, but if you felt guilty, you know who you are. You know, if you came up and black women turned you down and deaded you and did this, that, and the third, and then the woman who treated you nice was this chick or from high school, this the chick you grew up with, on some Jalen Brunson shit. Jalen Brunson's woman is white, but they've known each other since they were kids, right? But then you dumping money into the black community. You doing this. You making black jobs and black opportunity and this and that, the third, and your staff is black and this is black and that's black. Now what? Like, now what happens? I'm gonna get mad at you because you married the chick that you grew up with, and this again, this is a far-fetched scenario.
Yeah.
This is few. I'm
Yeah,
not.
it's few
I'm
far
not
between.
saying this applies to
But some
everybody,
would
but
say-
none of this applies to everybody. I can only judge you by what you do, and who you sleep with really ain't
not
my
my
business.
Who you create a family with?
Same.
Who you
pass the wealth down to, if you should pass away and things of that nature. I understand the criticism.
Same.
I still, like Mecc was saying, I still feel like you could be pro-black, but I also feel like there's probably levels to pro-blackness. And that, for lack of a better term, that's maybe a strike against you. Having a white wife that's a strike against your pro-blackness because you're not
all the way. Yeah.
all the way,
Right.
for the lack of a better
You gotta
term.
do more if you're a mixed kid.
I would
Like,
even
look at
say,
Drake.
I remember,
You gotta do more. You
Yeah.
can't just exist.
Right,
You can't be
right.
like, yo, I'm black and I'm white. You can't. You can, but at the moment you say and I'm this, and you protect those values, and you protect those people that align with you there, those people could somewhat be harmful to the other side. Somewhat be harmful to the other side. Then you have attributes of those people that directly contradict these when it comes to the way you move and your value system. So can you then, at that point, when you're trying to protect one versus the other, be wholly pro-black?
yeah. And we all got to be honest with, there's always going to be knocks to pro-blackness, right? Because if you consider yourself pro-black, so I remember a friend of mine, he used to do security for Prince. He was like, yo, this nigga Prince is the most pro-black person you ever met. You wouldn't even know it. He was like, Prince was talking to somebody that considered themselves pro-black, and he looked them up and down and was like, your jeans are Japanese, your shirt is made in, Sweden, this, that, and the third. How you pro-black? You're not even wearing nothing that's made by black people and things of that nature. So I say that, like, there's always levels of how pro-black you can be, and there's always things that you could be deliberate about. It's one thing to grow up around white people, and Jalen Brunson had a white friend and he married her. I think that's beautiful. You can't knock him for that. But if you're a certain level of pro-blackness, you would have to be deliberate about, you have to acknowledge that there's a missing void in the black family structure,
And you're gonna
that is part of your solution to uplifting your people. You understand?
Love it.
You
Love
feel
it.
a duty to
Exactly.
keep that going.
It becomes who you are.
Yeah.
Right.
Then outside of who you can't just make other moves if this is your identity. Some things become your identity, and you can't go just fucking with
See, but there's a shot to be taken from either side. Okay, you married a black woman, y'all got black kids. You spend all your money on white people shit.
That's right.
Constantly.
We do.
Like you blow all your bread on Italian designers, foreign cars. You don't invest nothing in the community. Your kids don't go to school here. You move to a white neighborhood. You spend all your taxable dollars over there, and then, all right. So now what?
Who's really pro-black? Who's
Right.
Yeah.
Facts.
Right. So it again.
Is Jay-Z if he had a white wife?
And he still did the same things he did. Everything.
Is Jay-Z? Do you look at Jay-Z the same today as he is today, as he exists in our minds, hearts, culture? If he married a white wife,
Nah, he loses a notch. Like to my point. That doesn't mean he's not pro-black in some, because to Mecc's point, like, you can still do actions that help the black community regardless of who you in love with. But
True.
yeah, you're gonna lose a notch because
Kanye definitely lost when he married Kim.
oh, for
right?
sure, yeah.
Definitely lost. This new Bianca one, she got great tits.
And everybody knows.
But at that point, once I seen that, because she was still Kim Kardashian. It's like, oh, you got Kim Kardashian. All right, cool. You just went and found another one?
Yeah.
There was not even one black woman in between. You just went up, find me another one. No. At that point, I lost so much respect for him.
How do we feel about him when he was with Amber?
I'm gonna keep it real with you. I didn't. What is she? I thought that she was like Cape Verdean or something like
Yeah,
that.
she's Cape Verdean.
I thought she was like Cape Verdean or something like that. So at that point, it's like she's African culture. There's something there.
She's part of the diaspora.
And she So I kind of let that rock. I didn't look. And she was very hip hop at the time. So I understood it, right? When I met Amber, she had Tim's on and the fucking sweats, and she was in one of the videos I was doing. You be killing them or some shit like that. She was, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, she's part of the game. Fuck it. But now it's Amber, Kim Kardashian, tits. Bro. When he get on, you leave your ass for a white girl, some real shit.
Yeah.
Because let's not forget the black woman that was with him the whole time.
Wow.
Yo, I can't respect it. I can't respect it.
Yeah.
Like nothing about it. You lost a lot of respect for me as a black man once you start moving like that. You understand what I'm saying?
I can dig it.
So all that, whatever you pour in, it is what it is. All right, let's move on. Current events. Not necessarily current events, but a lot of shit going on.
A lot of shit.
I'm hoping life is good for all of y'all. We have Labor Day weekend. I'm about to go sell as many pineapples as I can before the summer season ends in 2 weeks or whatever. money being a thing for everybody. Did y'all see the Chase Bank scandal?
I read a little bit of that. Way over here about how they anybody that was involved with it, they got like their accounts negative and shit.
Did anybody hear about this?
I just saw that there was a scandal, but I have no idea what's going on.
The Chase Bank money glitch is going viral. So this is a article by Ball Alert. What some call a loophole has become a nightmare for many, leaving them with crushing debt and possible legal action. Here's the deal. This glitch involved people depositing fake checks for large sums of money that aren't immediately flagged or applying for massive loans that get temporarily approved. The trick, the money appears in their accounts, making them believe they've hit the jackpot. But here's the shocking twist. Chase is catching on fast. Now, if on social media, I'm talking about there were lines outside of all Chases. All the scammers hit me up. You got a Chase account, hit me up, right? I'm talking about I seen accounts with 50,000. They had $100 in it the day before. It's actually a screenshot. Dude had an available balance of 100 and actual balance was 80,100. Right? I seen 50, I seen 20, I seen 60. All of these people doing these check things, putting it into their accounts, right? Unfortunately, the next thing is, in a move that's left would-be scammers reeling, Chase has started slapping 7-day holds on some of these suspicious transactions. Worse yet, some people are waking up to find their accounts deep in the red with negative balance and stretching into tens of thousands of dollars. So they talk about a bunch of other scams and blah, blah, blah. The charge in certain other cases, the charges were reversed. The people involved were left holding the bag, forcing to pay back every penny. I'm talking about hundreds of people I've seen doing this. Right? They literally had to put the barricades outside of Chase so that people had to line up to get in because they were all trying to do it while this glitch was going on.
That didn't seem hot like that. Nobody could have thought that was gonna go.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
line up at the bank. Come on, bro. A bunch of niggas in Nike Techs at the bank.
a bunch of niggas in Nike Techs.
Bro, that don't work. Nah, bro.
But when you don't have nothing, nigga had $100.
Bro, we know something's going on here.
Bro, I sold crack out the palm of my hand because I was dead pop.
No,
You can't just sell crack no more. Nigga, I have $100. I'm not gonna try throw my hand.
Going into the bank though?
I did that too. You never did a check scheme back in the days where a nigga was like, you got a bank account, let me deposit this check in your bank account.
I did the double endorse shit back in the day.
Yeah, double endorse. What'd you get, like $1,500? He took 1,000 or some shit.
It was with like a ex-girlfriend's mom.
Oh hell.
Yeah. It was a bad idea, but I was young.
It's over.
Everybody going down.
I'll tell you how old I was, and you already know who the chick was. I was 20.
I already know who it is.
Yeah.
Was her mom's in on it?
Her mom was the culprit. She was the one stealing checks from her office. She was like an assistant at like a dental office or something, and the dentist had no idea about all these checks coming in. She would take the check, and she was like, "We'll put it in my account because I'm not connected to anybody." You know what I mean? I'm like, "All right, sure."
How many you did?
It was a few. It was enough where we was.
Is that what you equipment I got?
No, hell no. And this is way past the statute of limitations.
Yeah, that's only about five years. Trust me, I know. It's only about 5 years.
I didn't realize until, obviously I was smart enough at the time, but it really wasn't until a couple years later I realized how stupid that was, like how much I could have jammed myself up. Like, it just wasn't worth it.
I think they did it well though, because you could have just been a patient. It doesn't really. They're paying you. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah, that's bad. That's pretty bad. The dental office is paying you thousands
crazy.
of
That's
dollars.
what I'm saying. That looks crazy.
Yeah,
certain shit you like.
DJ Trauma, the dentist. Well,
let's talk.
A crown for a
negative $2,500.
Yeah, all right.
But he spent it on vinyl. How does vinyl help teeth?
My problem is why were we so desperate though? Right? Niggas is starving out there.
Niggas been starving.
Niggas is starving out there. That 50, well, they spending it on Italian designers.
We watched niggas spending 50. We know what niggas spending the 50 on.
But at the same time, the same niggas was doing PPP loans.
That's what I'm saying. We know what they
With
spending
the
the 50
exact
on.
same energy.
It's the same energy.
Like, yo. So, can we really be mad at them for trying it? Because how many people? I know people in this room that did PPP loans. Several. So it's like if you see it opening and you know you need it, how hungry was you when you see that
I was hungry.
But
starving.
But that's different, bro. The pandemic, like everybody's hurting in the pandemic.
And this is after the pandemic.
And things still aren't right.
Now that's true. Things still aren't right, but you can't watch the pandemic, watch everything that happened, and then say,
Bro, if I live in Marcy
Projects, I think the banks is what I want to fuck with again. I think I want to fuck with.
That's the PPP loan was the banks.
Let me tell you exactly why I disagree with you. Let me tell you exactly why I disagree with you. Because for decades we've watched dudes sell coke, crack, and weed and go to jail.
Okay.
And there's never a shortage of people willing to take the
Step right back on that corner.
It's the same mindset with
including the dudes who went to jail for selling coke, crack, and weed will come right back out and get right back into the exact same hustle. Right. They don't get more sophisticated hustles. They find another one. Somebody's always trying to build a better mousetrap. But to his point, that's what desperation breeds.
Yeah. That's what desperation breeds, bro.
When you've never tasted desperate, like when you don't know what's happening, what's that saying? You never know how strong you are until you
gotta
right. You never know what you'll do, what you're capable of doing
until you're in a position
where you feel you don't have any other real options.
Yeah,
it's what's been fueling the drug trade and sending dudes to jail for decades. Decades. Dudes go to jail because I don't know where this money's coming from. Yeah. I'm about to do something that I
got to do something else.
I had a homeboy of mine in the source. I'm not even gonna blow his name up, but we talked about when like the pink slips were in the air, and he started saying, "Yo, listen, I got a daughter at home. If it goes down, if this happens, and these other things I'm trying to do don't work, I got a hammer in the back of my closet. I know where all these rich niggas is at. Run it. I don't want to talk about nothing. Run it. My daughter's gonna eat. If I gotta die to run it." And I was like, "Bro, we could figure something out. Don't do that. We can figure something else.
We figure something out today. But what about tomorrow?"
That's the kind of time he was on. But how can I respond to that? And he didn't want to do that. Was my whole point.
Right.
That's
most. And he didn't want to do it.
Most criminals I know are not criminals by choice. They're criminals by circumstance. This happened. I'm here now.
Exactly.
This happened. I'm here now.
Yep.
I was doing this.
Yep.
Then this thing happened.
Yep.
Then the pandemic.
Yep.
And now I'm here.
Yep.
And it's.
Yep.
You dig what I'm saying?
It's a daily thing too. I could be trying to do right on Monday, but life be happening on Tuesday.
Exactly.
And life be happening on Wednesday. I'm still trying, bro. But we talk about weeks, months. And life still happening.
Still.
Life's still happening, my nigga. I got dirt under my fingernails. My hair's falling out. I'm trying my best to stay clean, but I don't have that many options.
And we're not even talking about an exorbitant lifestyle.
Nah, we're talking about
getting over, like just getting by.
We're talking about eating.
It's dangerous to think like that. I agree with y'all.
If the PPP loans drop right now, would you do another one?
First of all, yes. First of all,
we got him.
I'm saying. But he did have businesses.
And that's what I'm saying. There's always justification.
Yeah.
But there's a dangerous line between justification and entitlement. And it's you could justify a lot of shit, but sometimes you start feeling entitled, and it's like it clogs your mind. Like even with Shorty that was doing the double endorsed check, the mom. She was justifying it in her mind. She didn't feel like she was doing something wrong. She was like, "Oh, my boss is an asshole and he treats me wrong and I'm underpaid. So goddamn right, I'm stealing his checks." You know what I mean? The white man this and I don't get the opportunities.
That's pro-black.
So justifying it in her head.
Black job.
But it's a level of entitlement. I'm like, bro, you stealing checks from this nigga. Like you are a criminal. We are stealing checks. But you are the one taking it off the desk. You are forcing me to put this into my account.
No one is the villain in their own story. No one's the villain in their own story. No one's going to tell you the version of the story that makes them look like the bad guy. And most people don't think they're the bad guy when they don't. My father told me one day and blew my whole. He just said, "You have to always remember when you're dealing with people." Hitler thought he was right.
Hitler really, and
The worst people on earth think
Believe
they're the hero.
The shit we watched earlier with Shorty.
With Shorty, right?
She really thought
everybody
that was
people
correct.
who do god awful shit think they're right when they're doing it. Most people believe they're in the right. They've managed to justify it. It's a very, like he said, there's a very thin line between entitlement and like desperation, like what I kind of need to do this and I understand it's wrong, versus I deserve to do this, which makes it okay for me to do. That line get super thin, super quick. You be shocked at how fast you find yourself on the other side of that line. I deserve all this hard work I'm doing. Yeah, but the hard work is robbing people. Like that's the hard work. You robbing people. Maybe you should stop. Nah, fuck that. All this stress I'm going to. Yeah, but it's self-induced stress because you keep putting yourself in the line of fire.
All right, but how many things that when we come up in life, somebody else is paying for that somehow?
Plenty.
There's a lot of things where we come up in life where that's hurting somebody somewhere.
Right.
Like you can't do very many things in life where somebody's not fucked up over it. There's, so what? I'm supposed to always be thinking about the other person?
I think
over myself.
I think the line, my personal compass, and you always have to draw from your personal compass, right? I can't put my morality on you. You have to figure out what you can sleep with, what you can go to bed with at night, is where it's at. My whole thing has always been, if I don't have to cut your throat to get it, I'm cool with it. If I don't have to cut your throat to get it. Now, if we competing for it, that's different, because we both got a fair shot and we both going in. But if I don't have to do you dirty, I'm not going to do somebody dirty in order to come up.
Dang.
That speaks to, I'm about to build a studio. I go to the lot, the building where the studios is at. He offers me the space. He says, but the lady was supposed to call me. There was a lady, she wanted to get 3 of these spaces next to each other to do a dance studio for kids. But she was supposed to call like 3 days ago. I haven't heard from her.
Like, fuck them kids.
He was like, so, you can have it if you whatever. And I had the bread. But I was like, a dance studio for kids, like, I was like, do you have any other 3 lots in the building for her? Right. It was like, you know what I mean? Like, I was like, yo, you gotta hit the lady first, bro. Yeah. Hit the lady, see if she wants it, bro. I you know what I'm saying? Because this is the main room. This is the big room. The other 2 rooms. And I was like, is there anything else in here that would suit her? He's like, nah, but you have a smaller one upstairs for you. And I was like, I don't want the small one. I need this one. But I said, you gotta hit her first. I got kids. She trying to do some shit for kids. Yep. I can't build nothing on that.
That's the right thing to do.
You know what I'm saying? So like you said, when it comes to morality, that shit matters to some people. I mean,
you had him made the call. If he makes the call, she don't pick up, or she, whatever, or she has a response. Okay, cool. But you can sleep at night knowing that you did your due diligence.
Look out, even
I tried to do the right thing.
I tried to do the right thing. Yeah,
that's all you can do. Sometimes.
You see what I'm saying?
She took it. Do the right thing.
It all ends up coming back. Try and do the right thing. You're trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
it don't always work out.
Yeah, I feel like if you get up every day and just try, I feel like that's my thing. Just get up every day and just trying to do better.
Man, sometimes the right thing is like, man, fuck that.
But that's what I said. You gotta try. You're not always gonna do it. You don't always execute, but you try. Try, fail, try getting them on.
Y'all know I've been taking care of my mom since she came home from the hospital. She keeps sending me to the store to get different things. She ain't giving me no bread, right? So it's fine, because my mom's. Of course, I'm gonna take care of it, right? But one of these fucking things that she wanted was $86 from Walgreens. Had my hoodie on. I didn't even think of it. So I didn't have no bag. So she needed a box of Ensure. She didn't, right? I didn't get a what's the name, shopping cart when I walked in, because I'm just niggering my way through life. I go through the shit. I picked up the Ensure. The shit was in the bottom. It was open, right? The other shit was a little pill container. She was $86. I took it. I put it in my pocket and my hoodie because I needed to carry something else. She needed a decaffeinated tea, right? So I'm just stacking shit. I get to the register I'm not taking that shit out of my pocket, bro.
Yeah.
It's $86.
Yeah.
I done been to several stores in the last couple days. I had to get gauze, sterilized tape. Bro, this shit's starting to run. This shit's starting to run. Man, I put the tea down, the vitamins, whatever, some other shit, and the box of Ensures. I paid for it, and I left out of there with the vitamins in my pocket.
So if you're gonna do crime, I like to do victimless crime. Something like that. Like, ain't really hurting anybody. Walgreens, they have a whole department for theft. They allot for that already, you know.
I was like, man.
If you're going to do crime.
You the reason that we can't go in these spots and get it's niggas like you. We can't get nothing.
I had my face down packed. You can catch me with it. I'm like, man, I forgot. I got 13 credit cards. You stupid.
I'm buying all this shit.
I had shit in my hand. I wasn't thinking.
Yeah.
And the nigga, Walgreens security, you're not taking me to jail. Bro, me and you, step back. I'll go pay for it. Don't try no bullshit. But, I mean, sometimes doing the right thing, man, fuck that. Shout out to Spike.
Now,
He went through that to get these vitamins for his sick mother at home.
Bro.
A story by itself.
I say, that's the movie.
You can almost stop the whole thing there.
Yeah.
Add on to the fact, I don't think it's Walgreens. I think it might be Walmart. The Waltons. Mm-hmm. Which one of those is the government subsidizing, where their employees make so little money that they actually qualify for food stamps?
Oh, really?
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, that's a real
not
thing.
Walgreens.
No, it might be Walmart. I might be wrong. It might be Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
But there's companies pay their employees so cheap that these motherfuckers go get food stamps because they can't afford to do X, Y, Z, and it's $1 billion. And it's all on paper. It's not like I'm making it up. You can go look it up. It's all right there. You can go look it up. So when I say that, like, can you sleep at night with what happened? If you can,
it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
right? And who did you hurt
to get over to
right.
get up. Mm-hmm.
And again, there are countries you can go to where they don't charge you for stuff like that. Canada,
free.
France, there's a bunch of countries where the healthcare is kind of like, here. We're not beating you in the head. When you go to these companies, you find out it's like a 150% markup, a 300% markup, 900% markup.
They don't even understand our shit over here. Like the insurance and shit like we have. People from other countries,
Make no sense.
They don't even understand it. Like you tell somebody you pay something over here, they look at you like you're crazy. They get it.
They think you're lying.
Yeah,
they think you're lying
because it's like a made up thing. Like why y'all paying that for that?
For other countries, other countries, they think you're lying. And go tell them how much you paid.
Yeah, that's why I think they would dead ass be like, nah,
you full of shit. That's not how that works. We don't do anything like that over here. My homegirl's from Canada. She makes all my jewels, all my gems. I told her about my injury and like me running around from specialist to specialist and paying all this money for it. She looked at me like I was out of my mind. She said, how does that work? There's a place where are you kidding? How much? I had to show her the receipt. She did not believe me. Showed her 4 or 5 different pill bottles. She was like, you paid what for this?
But why do we stay
We
here?
get this shit. They give shit to us for free. Sometimes they actually have it where they pay like a low number for the year, and they have like 3 or 4 free visits that they get to go to. They have a wild system, bro. A good system. Like
I hear all of this, right? I was talking about retiring the other day. My homeboy has his father left him a lot of land in Guyana.
Ooh.
Right? And I was like, yo, is there a house there, whatever? He was like, I'm not sure. I haven't been over there. Child support. He can't get his passport, whatever. That's a whole nother that's a whole nother conversation.
Gosh.
But so he said his dad died. He couldn't go claim the land, but it's in his name. He just got to do the paperwork. That he has to become a dual citizen of Guyana. If I didn't know, I said, can you? Because he said I have to become a citizen over there. And I said, would you live there? And he, we kind of talked about it. And I was like, cause we just be here, bro. But a lot of this shit, like, why are we staying here? All of the shit that we fighting against and all of this shit. Why do we stay here? It's all of these countries, all over the fucking world that you could put. Switzerland, I want to go to Switzerland. I want to see what that shit is like.
Yeah.
They seem to be pretty cool over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Especially Africa. I want to go to some country in Africa. I want to figure one out. Even though I hate when people say I want to go to Africa. Because that's like saying I want to go to North the Northern
North
Hemisphere.
America, right?
Yeah, North America, right? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? What country? They're different. They all look different. They all got different laws.
Right.
They all got different shit. Why are you talking about? That's bugged out for us to say that. You know what I'm saying? It's actually kind of disrespectful. Kind of show how privileged you are, disconnected you are from really what life is like over there. You say I just want to go to Africa. That's nothing. It's the shell. But I do ask with this question that you have, right? And you go on a million trips to everywhere else. What are we ever going to consider living somewhere the fuck else?
Well, I think to answer your question about why your homeboy is kind of reluctant to go live in Guyana is because I think human nature comfort is just one of those things. Like we will do what we're used to doing, even if it's not beneficial for us. That's just a natural. I don't know if it's physical or a mindset or both, but it's a natural human thing to defer to what you have seen and what you're accustomed to. And that's why like people that grow up being abused end up being abusers. You know what I mean? Even if they don't like it, you're just going to defer to what you've seen or what you know, whether it's good or bad, unless you do the work to go against it. So that's one part of that.
But you travel around the fucking world. Would you move somewhere else for 2-3 years? You travel damn near every week. Every week.
It's a loaded conversation because I got parents that are of a certain age that I kind of care for them. I got kids that are of a certain age that I care for them. So no, I'd live somewhere for a month, which I actually want to do. But until those other things aren't a factor,
no longer factors.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to.
Bro, but you're somewhat young. Your kid, the last one you have right now, that's crazy how I'm referring to her, but you know, she's out of here in 10 years. She's out of here. College, whatever, right? Say your parents get into a place where, you know, they're safe. Everything's good. You wouldn't just say, yo, I'm going to go live here for 2, because most of these flights is 4 hours, tops. You know, unless you go to fucking Europe or some shit like that, Africa. You could go to, give me an island. Melly, how long is it to Haiti, Melly?
St. Lucia.
That's crazy.
I don't know why I was when you mentioned it, I'm thinking
Africa.
Across the world.
Yeah, Australia.
Jamaica or something like, I would live in California. But I would have to be bi-coastal.
That's 5 hours.
I would do that now. Like, but
that's 5 hours. So you could go to most countries around us 5 hours.
Right.
You could go to fucking South America 6 hours, some shit like that. Not far, but you know, you can't go to the end of it.
I would live somewhere else. But I would have to be able to.
So why don't we?
Back and forth.
We or him?
Right.
Would you do it?
Yes, but the circumstances would need to be specific.
As far as work and things like that.
Work is one thing because I have an actual career that I enjoy, so I need to be able to transfer my career. Possible, but very difficult. I have parents that I care about. I have my possible but difficult. The reason why we don't en masse is because there's something about the devil you know versus the devil you don't.
That's some true shit.
There's something about the devil you know versus the devil you don't. You go over there, you have no idea. You stay here, you have an idea. It's a fucked up idea, but you know what's happening here versus you don't. And I'm not saying it's better or worse because I can't talk that kind of talk, but there's something about. And then there are those of us who feel as if we should not be run out of a place that we built. There are those of us who really feel like, this country owes me. I got blood, sweat, and tears invested in this bitch in real time, going back generations. I'm not leaving here without. If I leave, you gonna finance the whole thing. Like,
but you have the knowledge of what you could do here, and you have the economics of what you could do somewhere else. So say we were to go to Ghana. Say I was to go to Ghana right now. You could build 6-7 Airbnbs with the money that you have here. You could do dual citizenship. You literally could become rich if you just went over there for a second and you ain't got to give up. You're American.
But you'd be rich over there as opposed to being rich here, which is a difference. And I'm again, this is not me.
Really Want to be
I'm
poor here?
I'm not
or
shitting
middle
on it. I'm
class
not,
here than
I'm
rich
not
somewhere else?
I'm not shitting on it. I'm just explaining it. I'm not shitting on it. But there's a quote that says you can be a servant in heaven or a king in hell. And there are plenty of people who would rather be a king in hell versus being a slave in heaven.
Like, man, how hot can it be? I'm black in America. How hot can it be? Would you come with me right now? I said, yo, let's go get money in Ghana.
In Ghana? Yeah, I would do that.
You don't care about your moms.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I have a system set up so I wouldn't be leaving her by herself. Like, so I could do that, and because I don't have kids, so I could make that type of move.
You be out tomorrow. We out.
I gotta do that.
See,
Out right now.
I know she coming. Lily's like, let's go. Pack all this shit up.
I got albums to finish and a Grammy to get.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Talk that. Manifest that.
Oh no, I got
You know what I'm saying?
several Grammys to pick up. I got things to do here. But am I anti for the rest of my life? No, of course
I want to do that, bro. I want to go somewhere else. I think that I don't want to. What's indoctrination mean? What does that mean? Indoctrinated.
It means you've become completely enveloped in the system. You're of the system.
Of this.
Right.
I'm stuck in this, and I want to find ways to break out of it, right? And I feel like just, especially even in New York, right? Why did I say it like that? Even in New York, it takes something to say I'm gonna move to North Carolina, which is no big, right? But that's a whole different outlook. And what Mecca's saying, yo, this might be ignorant, and I apologize. I'm gonna apologize, man. Fuck it. I like saying ignorant shit. I'm not apologizing. I don't know what country is at war in Africa. I don't know the shit that the police. I don't know how they treat their people. There's a lot of things that have nothing to do with culture, with African culture, that I just don't know the
structure,
dynamics of.
The dynamics of that. I move in and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
They could just take your shit. The police. You go to fucking Mexico, they take your jewelry and be like, oh, this is what we're taking for you crossing the street. Or you could come with us in the back of this van. You don't know what's what. You know what I'm saying? So
that
you know,
unknown evil he's talking about.
Huh?
You said that. What you said?
You rather the devil
evil.
you know. You know what I'm saying? Versus the devil you don't.
That's why you got a network.
Huh? That's why you got network. Yeah, you do have to have you know, people. I do know if Liz is from Ghana. There's a lot of people that I know from here. They were like, "Come, trust me. Like, we just built a hotel." I'm like, "How'd you build a hotel?"
We have a perception of the world that's. We in this country have a very specific perception of the world that's been curated by the people that we look to, right? How many times as kids were we running around screaming African booty scratcher, and we said that shit like it was funny because we had a perception of what life was like in Africa. Nothing like that. Nothing. And God forbid they paint that picture. Not God forbid, but they paint that picture of America. We got kids with no teeth running around in the dirt with, you know.
But that's why they come here not liking us too.
But then there's that.
Because they have that vision of us over there.
Right, but that's my point. You're asking someone with that perception to trust what you've said versus what they've grown up with their entire lives and then go to bounce to another country, right? That's not easy. That's especially when you've been hustling your whole life here. You know your way around here. You can figure it out here. You can do this, and it may suck, but you have this picture of what it looks like in Africa.
And you like, it ain't nothing that I'm.
Meanwhile, it's nothing like that, and everybody over there is screaming at you, bro. Pull up! I'm telling you, it's lit. You just got to get here.
You like nah. You like nah because of the the marketing and how niggas presented it to us. So
all right, let's get into a couple more things. You guys are all students of hip hop. I'm sitting here with a whole panel of students of hip hop. You guys actually pour into the culture every day, each and every single one of y'all. We lost a legend yesterday. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fat Man Scoop. Do y'all know what he did with his life? First of all, can we just give him a little praise as to the things that he did? Because I know did he have a show with his girlfriend
with his wife in bed the one that used to film,
Right.
which was
And I think that was
shit.
before podcasting.
Maybe not before Combat Jack, but definitely earlier. Definitely an early version of that.
Right. So he had that. What was he? A radio host. Mm-hmm. Musician, because he was a radio host before musician, right? Did that whole shit where he started yelling into the mic, "Fat man, school." That was because of the radio host.
If I'm not mistaken,
I believe so. Mm-hmm. He was. Where was he a radio host? Do we know?
Damn, I don't remember.
Don't make me lie.
Yeah, but I do recall. So shout out to everything that Fat Man Scoop did for the culture. I have a friend that is pretty hurt over it. Shout out to you, Cash. And just everybody out there who he touched their lives. Of course, we send y'all our love now. Those are the positive things about hip hop. The hip hop got some negative shit to it too. Got a lot of negative shit to it too. Mm-hmm. I saw a video by Choke No Joke. Who's that? You know who that is?
Yeah, it's a videographer for the Rockefeller early days.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be an interesting video. I don't know if y'all seen this or heard about this. Let me see.
When we was younger, we wasn't paying attention. But if you go and you look at the Big Papa video, the lead woman or the lead guy in that is a transgender, right?
I'm gonna look it up as you say that.
Yeah, you can.
So you more so, and we could be somewhat candid. You more so just alluding to like the accusations of Diddy being like into homosexual lifestyles.
Yeah.
That energy of hip hop that has always been seen as taboo, and we could never verify it because none of us were on the inside.
Right. Well, I was.
But I was going to ask you, so you've seen this firsthand.
Yeah, I've never seen like origin, but Diddy has hit on me at Steve Riff's house. And everybody at the house was gay, but I didn't know it until I really paid attention and looked around at my surroundings. I'm like, oh,
right.
The industry grooms them to be open to it. Like if we go back to the Big Papa video, right? Why is the lead person out of all the bad bitches in New York City back then, even the women in the video, right? Why was the lead a transgender? Why was there, you remember the scene in the bathroom? Why was there a transgender pissing in the bathroom with the guy? Now, when we was young.
Son, I thought it was a joke. I didn't know that the girl that had the strong features in that one scene, I had no idea that she was actually transgender back then.
Me neither.
Nor that it was serious that she was peeing in the bathroom.
Yeah.
If you remember that scene when she pissed in the bathroom, all the dudes, oh shit, and broke out. Nobody stuck around chilling. Everybody.
I seen a chick actually do that with her pussy.
Yeah.
I seen a chick stood up and twist her pee hole and pee like a nigga.
That's what I thought it was back in the days. I never once thought, that's a trend. You know what I mean?
That's not nuts.
We weren't exposed to it like that in the 90s.
Yeah.
Wasn't even. I don't even think we knew what that word meant. Like we just knew there were dudes down in the meatpacking district who wore dresses.
Right.
We thought it was cross dressing.
Yeah, it was
like Marv Albert type shit. Like you might wear panties.
We were not that sophisticated back then.
Facts.
Like just not.
But you know that the woman was
I don't
actually.
know about that.
You don't what?
I mean,
The niggas in the 90s definitely knew about what transgenders was. Like, I feel like that.
I didn't. The surgery couldn't even been that complex.
I guess we knew about RuPaul, but I didn't.
That
think
was
it
a cross dresser. That was a cross dresser.
So she's not transgender. No, RuPaul is actually still
a cross dresser. Is a man who dresses like a woman.
So you're telling me that niggas found out about transgenders in the 2000s?
Well, that was 25 years ago, bro. I don't really remember where my brain was at that point. And you also got to remember a lot of that
Wild,
was
right?
Huh? Yeah, a lot of that.
About it like, damn, 20,
we did not do no knowledge on it because the whole hip hop was against all of that. So we wasn't gonna do research on it. We wasn't not trying to like. As long as you doing any of that, you wilding. Now you wilding.
But that's what I'm not buying because based off of stories like that, that's not true. It sounds good to say, but that's not true.
They killed Shorty.
Who?
Shorty in the video, they killed her.
No, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about when, like, just stories of that type of funny business going on throughout the 90s. I'm not talking about her in particular. I'm saying, like, that was been a thing. Like, so I feel like we can't act like it's like a new phenomenon if we are now hearing all of this funny business that was going on, and we kind of knew that. Like,
I think there's a difference between, okay, this is an argument I've been having a lot the last couple of weeks. There's a conflation between hip hop and the music business. And we tend to mash those in like they're the exact same thing, and they're not. They're not. They're hip hop heads and they're rap fans. Two totally different people.
What is hip hop?
Hip hop is a culture. Rap is a music within the culture. There are people who are fans of rap who are not cultural at all, who will not tell you anything about breakdancing, graffiti, or DJing. Will shit on all of the above, but tell you rap is hip hop. What he's describing are music industry politics, doings, ways and actions, whatever. Not necessarily a hip hop thing. Very much could be a music industry thing or a movie business thing where you hear about how the kids in Hollywood are treated. You dig what I'm saying? Foul shit. But hip hop is one culture. Music is a completely different animal and it's much broader, and you think it's on. We tend to get main character syndrome and think that it only happens to us or this is our thing specifically, and we don't have the monopoly on what the music business does. The music business has been around since the 1800s. 1880 was the first time an album was sold. We have just turned 50.
Right.
We don't, you know what I mean?
Right. We're babies.
Yeah.
Infants, bro. Yeah. Infants compared to what this monster is and how it's been moving since before we got here, way before we were even considered or taken seriously. We have to stop conflating those two things. The music industry is its own animal. And how they treat everybody over there is a different thing.
How can you even compare the two when the music, hip hop, you're saying is a culture? It's an art form, is what I was saying last week. We was having the conversation. You didn't hear. You wasn't here for that last week, were you? You was here.
Yeah.
When Dr. Umar said that hip hop has done nothing. What was the conversation?
Rap, hip hop hasn't done anything for the black community in 50 years. That's what Umar was saying.
Did you hear that conversation?
I heard him going back and forth with Mouse Jones over
that shit.
Yeah.
Now, but the music industry is actual businesses,
right?
Actual people,
right?
So I don't think you could compare hip hop itself with music industry because the music industry is tangible, whereas hip hop is somewhat of a feeling. It's an idea. It's a belief.
The culture of hip hop has fed and clothed and created for millions and millions
Agreed.
of black people.
Agreed.
And then brown people and then other people. But let's not get it twisted. Hip hop as a culture has given life. Examples to me: feed your kids, feed your wife, feed. The examples are all right here. Hip hop has done that. The music business does nothing for anyone other than the music business.
Right, Piranhas.
So when Umar is saying what he's saying, I get it. I understand. You would like to see people who have profited do more. Totally understand that. I also understand that plenty of people who blow up like to keep the shit that they do private. They don't like to tell everybody that they're doing X, Y, Z, A, B, and C because it'll be seen as performative by too many people. Or you just doing that shit because you don't really mean that shit. Or why are you telling everybody? If you was really trying to do it, you wouldn't tell nobody. You see, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But if you told everybody, hey, look what I'm doing, now you doing it for clout. But if you don't tell nobody, you don't do nothing. Right? So there's always going to be somebody that beefs. That's where I was with Umar when I saw that conversation. I'm like, well, okay, the people who are doing something, if they told you they were doing it, would you believe them? Would you want receipts? If they showed you receipts, okay, now what? Are they doing the things that you want them to do specifically? Are they black the way you want them to be black? Are they you know what I mean? What are we expecting here? What kind of hoop do they need to jump through? And why do these people need to prove anything to you specifically? You think what I mean? There's a whole list of shit that I'm going through this conversation. I'm listening to it.
It's
I'm
kind
like,
of hypocritical because wasn't he supposed to have a school come out? The school never came
then
out.
there's that.
So like, why are you questioning other people when you are
because somebody who's up could have gave him the money to get that school open, and no one is the villain in their own story. You dig what I'm saying?
He's been saying that for years. He's been saying. Remember on his first couple episodes on the Breakfast Club, he always used to be like, "Yo, if such and such could just give me the $1 million, we would have been had the school done." Yeah, but I gotta go and get.
I gotta find it here. I gotta do this. I gotta do that.
And after a while, after he stopped asking for the money, he started saying, "Well, if the people would lend their resources, so the plumbers, electricians, the builders, things like that." So it's like you said, nobody's gonna be the villain in no story. Nobody's gonna be like, "Yo, I got some donations and I kind of just fucked up some of that." You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta kind of double back. Nobody's gonna say that.
Or I got some money and it wasn't enough, and I have no idea what to do now.
Yeah,
I need more. Spike Lee tells the story about how he went to Oprah, Bill Cosby, I think Prince, somebody else, Magic Johnson, to get money to finish Malcolm X. He talks about that.
I don't know if you've been to the Spike Lee exhibit when he had it. That they talk about that in the exhibit. Him going to them people and asking for the bread for that. And basically, it was one of those things where he's like, "Yo,"
and Oprah,
this is going to be big culture. This is a culture move, and I need to get this done. Hey guys, what?
Yeah, he finished the movie.
Yeah. They gave him like
Everybody.
They showed, they pulled up whatever he needed on the back end and got it done. And probably some resources, some bodies, shit like that. But they made sure that he was able to get it done.
And it was one of the best movies that Denzel didn't get nominated for an Oscar for, and he should have.
Absolutely.
Everybody says that to this day. Yeah.
Phenomenal fucking movie, but he had to go ask people.
That was Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
Malcolm X.
He had to go ask people. Umar, I see a guy. Call him what you will.
Man, say it.
I see a dude who I believe thinks he's doing the right thing. I believe his intentions are exactly what they look like. I think he wants to get a school because he wants to indoctrinate kids a different way. And I think he thinks he's doing the right thing. And I think black people's issue is when we see another black man come up against the issues that we face every day, we forget about that part when he don't do it. All of a sudden he's scamming. We're so used to seeing somebody scamming and getting over. He's scamming. He's just another one of these niggas. But you forget when you condemn him in that way, bro. The same people who stopped you from getting a loan to get your business up, to get your barbershop up, to get your plumbing business up, to get this, those same people he's dealing with. How easy did you expect it to be? And then if he goes and asks people, you say he's begging. And it looks bad. He loses clout because he had to go ask people. If you a man, get it yourself. We have too many hang-ups that don't work in our own favor because we as a people are way more concerned about how it looks than how it is.
You know what? I want to add on to that too with Dr. Umar. Somebody, I don't always agree with him, but I respect him and I think he's very intelligent. Got a lot of great points. But I think what he's measuring hip-hop on is something that's like tangible. Like, has hip hop built the school? Is there a hip hop university? Is there a hospital? Is there a college fund? Is there, a union? Like, what hip hop has done for black people isn't tangible like that. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's inspired. And that was a Mouse Jones argument. Like, yo, hip hop hasn't inspired you at all? And then he got up and ran out the room. And I'm like, I'm sure the answer is yes. Like, we heard of Pan-Africanism before you through hip-hop, through X-Clan. We wore African medallions and all types of shit. Like,
Poor Righteous Teachers.
Hip-hop paved the way for you to be acceptable, and that hip-hop is part of a platform that you have grown under.
Part of the reason that you're successful is
you know what I mean?
The hip-hop culture.
So,
I agree with all of that. Y'all said a lot. I think we got too many opinions now, though. It's kind of taken away to what Mecca was saying. Everybody has something to say about everybody. There's always going to be a negative view. No matter what you do, there's always, especially with social media now.
Oh, God. You're
going to have a million people saying, but this. Oh, he's only doing that because of this. It's just a million voices that you're subject to because it's being shown to you in so many ways that we actually have to use to promote our shit. They get to be in the comments calling you a dick rider, calling you this, calling you that, and you really did this shit because you know what I mean. Like right now, if I post Fat Man Scoop right now, oh, now niggas know Fat Man Scoop. You don't even know him. You don't follow him. It's like, yo, why do y'all? Social media is a cancer. Matter of fact, I think it's a cancer, and I think we benefit off of it, right? I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. It is
best and worst thing to happen to society.
But does it need to be censored?
Yes.
How? How would you even do that?
Let's. There's a clip that I saw, and I just literally went looking for it.
Censoring, because I feel like it not being censored, we see what that's like, right? And it's one thing like the porn and like the illegal activities and shit like that.
Hold on.
I'm sorry,
what's going on? No, what's
okay.
the porn? What you trying to say? What I want to know.
I'm talking about as far as this. I'm talking about as far as the censoring. Like,
I should censor the porn.
And we're off.
My bad.
But I'm saying like that's just one. That's one level of it. Okay.
I just want to know what's up with him. You can have an ops in your own house. Hold on, here we go.
He has lost his privileges, and it should be taken down. And the bottom line is that you can't say that you have one rule for Facebook and you have a different rule for Twitter. The same rule has to apply, which is that there has to be a responsibility that is placed on these social media sites to understand their power. They are directly speaking to millions and millions of people without any level of oversight or regulation. And that has to stop.
I agree.
You agree?
Social media is the most powerful tool that we have in the world. And I feel like it can't be a situation where it's unchecked, untethered. It's because it controls too many minds. It changes too many minds. It does too many things to the human mind for it just to be the Wild Wild West. I opened my phone the other day. I seen a baby be decapitated.
All right, but why? Why
Yeah,
would you?
huh?
What site you on?
What algorithm are you on?
No. I'm
shit.
on Instagram.
You seen a baby getting that
Yes,
on
bro.
Instagram? That's not
Bro.
in my. I see butt.
Bro, I see,
And cats
no.
and
I see,
fighting.
No. I'm not talking about on the algorithm. I'm talking about you just scrolling and they suggest something, bro. That's happening,
you had
bro.
to look
Somebody
for
ought to be fired.
Nah, bro.
Yeah.
Somebody
Bro,
ought to
that's
be
happening. Bro,
fired
you can
for
go.
that.
You can look on Twitter. Y'all can look it up for yourself.
I'm not looking
That's
for
the
that.
thing. No, I'm not taking up things. I'm saying
Yeah, I'm messing
people
with you.
complaining that. That's why people are asking for it because it's
nothing
too much.
but
It's too much shit, bro. A lot of that war shit. A lot of the it's too much. Like black market shit. It's too much.
Yeah, but
bro.
once you
Too
give
much.
somebody, especially the United States government, who loves to paint a picture as to what is reality versus the actual reality, the power to censor, what does that look like down the line?
And that's why it's a slippery slope. It's a sensitive thing. But I think Kamala has a point. Like, even freedom of speech is a thing, but you can't be like, hey, there's a fire. There's certain things you can't say. You can't incite a riot. There's certain things, but that doesn't mean that freedom of speech shouldn't be a thing. It just, that's the most basic human right, but there has to be some regulation on how responsible you can be with your freedoms.
Yeah, but bro, who's the one to say that?
And that's where it's
the
a slippery
problem.
slope. Yeah.
Who's the
That's
one to
problem.
say what's what? Because
Exactly.
if she can do it to him, then when they get in office, they can say, well, the shit y'all be talking about is crazy, is whatever. Now, you know what I'm saying?
Whose morality are we going by?
What's
What's the
truth?
criteria?
Yep.
What's true?
That's when it
the
becomes
real
a
question.
slip. I completely agree.
Yep.
It becomes a real slippery slope. I think we're past the point that you can. I think there are certain things that can be regulated, but I think by and large, when you start saying, "Well, the internet is a tool," it's broadcasted to millions of people. Yeah, but it's being broadcasted by millions of people. The people you're worried about being influenced are the people who have access to the internet. They're the same people talking. So who's the enemy? Because like the snake eating itself. You dig what I mean? After a minute, it's all the same. It's all the same company. It's all the same crew. The funniest thing I saw that about a week ago, I posted it. I was like, you know what the problem is with the internet? When we were in school, there was A students, B students, C students, remedial students, and special education students. And now on the internet, we're all in the exact same classroom at the same time, and everybody's got chalk.
Son,
That's
really what it is.
We're
Because back in the days, you didn't have to. I never had to. First of all, I had to know your thoughts, right? But I also didn't surround myself with idiots. I also wasn't subject to, you could just possibly be an abuser or something and be right in the same room I kind of had way more control of the information that I was able to take in. And now you be talking to a motherfucker, and that motherfucker really be dead or rapist or some shit. Pardon me, y'all. Sorry for trigger warning. But it could, and he just be on there chilling, talking to you and having a regular conversation about Drake. Yep. And this nigga got 6 people locked in the back room.
Yeah.
Dead ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or it could be a complete fucking idiot.
Or just be a complete fucking idiot. He could be me. But listen, with 2 podcasts. But look, I stand on both sides of this. Because I think social media has corrupted everything, bro. I really want the world to come back to the way it used to be. I'm tired of being fed all of this fucking information, but also needing the shit. I got a craving for the shit. I use it for money. There's other ways to make bread, bro. But on the other hand, I don't want it stripped. And I definitely don't want it regulated by the government. Because the government... To me, the government is already feeding us ideas, feeding us images, feeding us information feeding us news. They control all of this shit to what makes for us to think a certain way, right? So what gives them the right to do that to the people's thoughts, the community forum?
Well, like you said, you don't trust them.
I don't trust them
off the rip. So we already have a problem.
So, but I think we're dealing with who we trust, the government or the people.
Damn.
See, that's a catch-22.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the government is the people.
That's tough.
And the people are the people. There are people in the government. Their human interaction is automatically, and then you have people who we're right back around the other side of the coin again. No one's the villain in their own story. So when the government is doing what they're doing, they think they're doing the right thing. Yeah. They're doing it for the greater good.
And the same thing the same thing for the people.
Yeah,
feel like they doing against.
Yeah,
feel like
dude, the people who beef with me on the internet over stuff that I do on the show or stuff that I do here, there, and wherever. These people don't come at me because they well, some of them do. Some of them are really just trying to get their kicks. But a lot of these folks think they're right.
Yeah, they really genuinely believe they takes.
They get at, yo, you're only doing that because he's white. You're only defending him because he's white. Now what? Like, these people really, what are we going to do?
Right.
If they were vetting the information that was coming through and there was somebody to go, actually, that's cap, that's cap, that's cap. He's right with this, but that's cap. But now you have to trust the person who's telling you is cap.
And that's what you see with the shit that we have now on Twitter, like the
that little thing at the end.
But even that gets debated, where it's like, well, who's to say that this is so? Everything has now become like questioned. Like, yo, we're gonna question the truth, question the person that's making the truth. We're gonna question you. Like, so it's like, where does it stop? Like I said, snake eat snake.
It is.
I got into it about Trump the other day. I said, yo, dude, this, that, and the third. I got to look that up. All right, go ahead. And then you look it up, and there's somebody to go, yeah, he said that, but it really means blah, 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 blah. Like, okay.
Son, speaking of this Trump shit, I had a guest on last week. Shout out to him, man. But let me see what this nigga was saying to me in my fucking DMs. So he comes in, and he immediately just starts talking about how Kamala is not black.
Neither is Trump.
And then I was like, well, what is black to you? Because you from somewhere else. Like, are you black? Right? But you're able to say it because your skin color. You like what defines it? Yeah. Right? How deep do we go into it? The matter of fact is the fact that the person lives a certain way and whatever. And they actually have a black father. Like, but fuck it, right? I was like, what don't you actually like about her? And he went in. He says, he sends me this video. I don't know what the fucking video is.
For Kamala Harris. Oh God, it's Kamala definitely. What's your favorite thing Kamala's done in the last 4 years? Honestly? Yeah. Actually, don't use this.
Kamala Harris. Yeah, Kamala.
Kamala, why?
Well, she's honestly, I don't know.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super knowledgeable, so I can't really speak too much on it.
Ooh-wee. I've been doing my research lately. Yeah. So I ain't 100% yet, so I can't answer that yet.
He was being honest.
That's most people, I think.
And he said, and this is 90% of y'all, you asked me about her policies and didn't name any. I just peeped, whatever though. Fuck both of them. This is what he says. I said, you talking to the wrong person, bro, because I actually do politics. I don't know if you've seen a big ass banner in front of my fucking crib.
Yeah, what's that about?
What is it about? My mother's big on this shit.
It's over. Yeah.
I sit, we talk about this shit. I be on this show. I talk about this shit all the time. I'm the way y'all are about Drake and Kendrick. I am about, you know what I mean? Politics. I actually like, if I'm eating and there's nothing else, I turn on CNN or fucking C-SPAN or whatever, and I just sit there and listen to the information that they going. I'm not like locked in, like, but I'm paying attention to what the fuck going on, right? People ask me, well, he says, I said, you didn't ask about any politics. You was too busy telling me she's Indian and she's not black. He said, you're supposed to educate me, blah, 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 right? I was listening to, like, do you know any of the things that, because I saw you shake your head when this clip was played about people not knowing anything about.
Because I think it's a dumb question to ask, and I think it's an easier question to answer. What do I like about Kamala Harris? She's not Trump.
Some people use that against you, though. People saying like, oh, you're only voting her because you don't want to vote for the other guy, and that's politics.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
That's that kind of okay. Since we're playing this game, I have a clip.
Yeah, let me hear it.
from my show, conversation I got into with the fellas.
34-time convicted felon.
Put the volume up.
And every fucking. What happened here? Forget it. What happened here? Where we going? This possibility this nigga might be the next president. Don't get it. Whoa. Rapist. Simple off the top. You know why I don't fuck with Trump? Racists love him. That's kind of enough for me.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah, bro, shit is simple.
Ooh, that was woo.
Why do we need to go further than that?
He said, you know why I don't fuck with Trump, Carmela? He said, because racists love him. And that's enough for me. And that's big. That's a statement.
What else do you need as a person who's on the opposite side of racist agendas? What else do you need when you find out that they all align with him? This motherfucker created new racist groups on his watch. The Proud Boys were not a thing before Trump. I'd never heard of him before. How you invent a new group? I didn't know you could do that. I thought the ones we had were the only ones that were gonna be.
We said stand back and stand by.
Yeah, shit.
And that was like probably the last good thing that Biden did was get him on record saying that stupid shit.
There are plenty of good people on both sides. Like what?
Charlottesville, yeah.
That's how you feel?
I feel like even with all of that, for me, like after January 6th, I feel like what more we need to talk about? Like you know what I'm saying?
He's still talking about that though. He's still talking about that. He's
Why?
like, I talked down on he said he talked down on the militant groups. He said they were crazy. He did a whole speech about it or whatever. He was like, I never endorsed them. I told them they should get the hell out of there. They don't belong here. Whatever. That's what he said. So, and then he was speaking about the other good people.
Nah, bro. Once you call for your vice president to get hung, I'm cool. Yeah. I would never fuck with him anyway. But what type of person do you, like? What type? You know what I'm saying? What are we doing here?
Dog,
these are your people. These are your. These are your mans, and you put your people to the wolves. That tells me that you're a different.
You had to go get a new VP because you called for the old one to be hung. He stopped rocking with you.
Yeah. And mind you, he rocked with you on damn near everything until he told niggas to kill him.
I will say this, and somebody said this in the Discord. Shout out to the Discord, y'all still rocking strong. Somebody said the Proud Boys still been around. They're just more bold under him. And to Mecca's point, a lot of those militant groups have been existing in little pockets of Arkansas, North Dakota, places that we just didn't know because the atmosphere, the climate wasn't right. Trump just
for them.
allowed.
He put it on a national stage.
He amped it up, come outside.
The volume did this.
Yes.
And when I said that in the shop, and they were like, "Yo, that's not the truth." I was, bro. Why are they so emboldened now?
Trump.
You're not paying attention. It's called a dog whistle. You know, you blow a dog whistle, it's a frequency that only a dog can hear. You can blow it right next to a human, they can't hear shit. The dog's going crazy because that's what's they're speaking. He's talking to them. He's not talking to you. How come they're all on the same page and you still questioning if he's racist or not?
Let me ask you this, because when I saw that clip, I watched like part of the video in the shop, and bunch of black men on this panel, and it didn't seem like any of them were in support of and this was before Kamala, I think, stepped in, right?
No. She was
like right around that time?
She was up. She was in.
But they all seemed to be somewhat pro-Trump, right? Why? And to your point, Trump does not speak. That dog whistle is not meant for us to hear. Why are so many black men that are, I don't know what is there a certain type of black men that he appeals to? There's
some who are anti her, not necessarily pro him, anti her, which is it's different.
Okay,
it's different. I just don't like her because she was locking black men up and she was doing X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. Dude, she was a prosecutor in a black neighborhood. Do you think she was sifting through the people who were fucking up to go find the black people to lock up?
That's what I said about the social media shit being powerful. We hear that. I know you've heard that point 1,000 times.
Especially that
You've
day.
heard that point 1,000 times. You've heard that point 1,000 times. Of course. I've heard it 1,000 times. That point is not, like I said, that's not something that's a real thing, but it's something that people genuinely believe and feel, and they feel like, no, my mind is changed.
But y'all voted for Eric Adams.
Yeah.
Didn't that happen?
But y'all voted for Eric Adams like a motherfucker.
Bro,
it has nothing to do with all of that. It's because she's a woman. It's because she's a black woman.
Then there's
it's
that.
because y'all hate y'all moms.
Then there's
and
that.
It's literally
white
just
acceptance.
It's literally just the
white ice is colder.
White ice is colder.
There are a lot of people who think white ice is colder.
I heard some of the same arguments when it was Biden. So it's not even just about the black woman. Like, what is the affinity to Trump
because
that
Trump,
some
you know
of
what
these
it
black
is?
men have?
Because I think him having all of the legal shit, like whatever, all the shit that he's going through, him, I guess, beating that, I guess there's some type of resignation there. I feel like that's the thing with our culture, though. We like the drug movies, we like the killer movies, we like that story in America. That, you get what I'm saying?
The bad guy,
that the one that overcame when
because
everybody
we like it when somebody gets over.
Exactly. So I feel like that's really the connection. It's not about, like you said, they say the same shit about her and Biden, but I think the Trump shit, because he's not presenting anything new, he's not doing anything new, and he's not saying anything new. It's just the fact of, are we gonna get behind a black woman that we might not have the due diligence on, or are we gonna go with the comfortable evil that we know? And he was kind of cool, you know what I'm saying?
Wasn't he hip hop at some point?
That's what I'm saying. Niggas used
to. Everybody tagged him in rhymes because he was rich.
Exactly.
I got bread like Trump. I'm balling like Trump. And Trump. He became the symbol of
money,
wealth.
Yeah.
So he was in a lot of people's raps because he was a symbol of wealth. Same way somebody would mention Rockefeller, or the same way now you talk Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos. Like, if you can make that rhyme, you'd be kicking that. But at the time, he was very extravagant. In the 80s and 90s, super extravagant, super visible, and he wasn't political. So he was safe to sit there and talk all that shit, but he wasn't political.
That's all we do is just money.
But then when you caught on to the Central Park 5, all that shit, whoa, what?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Like,
yeah. Thought you was one of us.
He was never hip hop.
And that's the thing too. People, the pictures and shit. So that's what I'm saying. It's just
I like what you said about it. Though.
Or what?
The bad guy image.
That's all it is. Because I say if you just look
they fight that shit. Even he badass. Nah, I love that.
Yeah, because it's like, bro, he's not. You can't tell me one thing that he's presented or did that you was like,
Son,
that
they
was
never
compelling
asked,
right there.
They never asked what Trump's policies are.
No, they
never ask.
They ask him all the time. He just ignored them.
No, the
tell
people
them
on social media.
Oh, yeah.
The people that say we don't know what her policies are, what she did. What did Trump do?
They
say,
he gave us $1,200.
He gave us $1,200. The people he had a lot of more money.
Right.
And it's the ignorance that's killing me,
that they actually believe that shit.
It's like, yo, tell me some shit that I can argue with you about.
Yeah.
But when you say shit like that, it just shows how dumb. Like, you really did not read nothing.
Oh,
and
no.
I don't read, bro.
I know that.
But you ain't read nothing.
You watched 10
You
minutes of
ain't even
Hannity,
try.
and it was over. You feel me?
Yeah.
You watched 10 minutes of Hannity. You watched 10 minutes of Laura Ingraham. You watch some YouTube. That's why I'm like, I know. I know what information y'all seen because I can hear it by when y'all saying the things.
I'm waiting to hear an intelligent conversation from a black man or woman of why they support Trump. An intelligent one. It's usually an emotional thing or just something like he's just not, part of the political system. But an intelligent system referring to his policies, I haven't heard that. The only thing and there's a difference between Trump supporters and black Republicans.
Right.
There's some people that I know that have voted for Trump that I don't agree with, but I respect it because they like, yo, I'm an entrepreneur. I probably saved $1.5 million in taxes voting Republican. You know what I mean? That's it, right? But I haven't heard any intelligent conversation about they've done the research and they've done their due diligence as to why this person is the better candidate to lead.
If you know a candidate, I'm gonna go back to this. Mecc's like, oh, here he go, this nigga. We're back again. That's what Mecc said. If you know a candidate is directly against black people or has racists that like him, but your businesses are feeding to the black community, but you vote for that person because they economically better for you, can you be pro-black?
Like I said, there's levels to it. So you're selfish. How selfish are you if you're being pro-black?
I don't know if I could fuck with people that fuck with Trump, bro.
Exactly.
The problem is
the
policies that he's going to, the judges he's going to put in place, the policies he's going to put in place. These are things that are anti
Black.
your what's it? Your pursuit of love, life, and happiness. They're anti those things, and they're going to last beyond you. And as black people, one of our biggest issues is, I think, we have a sense of rugged individualism versus a sense of community. Whereas other communities operate like one, and they do what's best for everybody. Whereas I feel we have this goal to get rich enough so that the bad shit doesn't affect us. I just want to get rich enough to where the problems that we're talking about ain't gonna affect me, and I can get beyond. Exactly.
Yo, we the only people, bro. I walk down the block, a nigga be nice to everybody. He don't know me from nobody. Nigga look at me like, what's up? It's a problem? And I'm like, yo, I'm just a regular black guy walking down the block. He's like, oh, because I did something to you. But hey, white guy. Hey, Jewish guy. Hey, Asian guy. Yo, why we hate each other so fucking much?
Because we're taught not to trust each other. From early on. We're taught not to trust each other. We came up, we're products of a system that it gets deeper than rap. We're products of a system that taught us all survive. Survive. And you can't, the bigger the community is, the less you feel you're taught to let it lessens your chance of survival. I need to move under the radar. I need to get out. I need to stay quiet. I need to stay low. I can't show it off. I can't tell niggas because niggas will come over here knocking on the door, and I gotta secure this little bit that I got, so I can't really rock. Meanwhile, everyone, and when we close the door, and we put together a Black Wall Street, we put together a Tulsa, Oklahoma, when we close the door, we're called divisive. And also, we're called separatists. We're called communists. We're called everything but a child of God when we close the door the way other places close the door. We don't never say nothing about the Chinese food spot in your neighborhood that don't hire no black people. The black people that are only ones buying from that. We don't say nothing to the Arabs who are selling you all your hip hop clothes and all your weed. But they don't hire you. They may hire one or two of y'all stand out front when the girls are going to buy all their hair care products, and they not allowed behind the register, but they out on the floor to sell it to you. We're fine with that. The only thing we buy from each other exclusively,
drugs,
food, not even drugs, not even food, haircuts, hairdos for the women. But we allow every part of our culture to be sold back to us by somebody else.
That's the Killer Mike shit, the black dollar argument.
Yeah,
we talk about how long the black dollar stay in the community.
It don't.
Like less than
it's a couple hours.
15 minutes.
It's a couple hours. It's an hour tops.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Dr. Claude Anderson been talking black. What's the just because it's not empowerment. It's group economics.
Economics.
He's been talking group economics for like the last 30, 40, 50 years. It's
you
right
can't do
there.
that though, bro.
Can't do what?
You can't do black economics because we don't. The only thing we have in common is our skin color. These other things, they raised in it's religion, and it's all the same culture. We can't even agree that we both black half the time.
And then there's that.
Yeah.
We can't even agree.
Excuse me.
Like we're so fucked up by so many other different things that we don't fit in the same box just based off skin color. The minute you put one of us in the box with the other one jump out like I don't belong next to this nigga.
Right.
And that's why when I get into these discussions on Instagram, when I'm having these discussions about the show, et cetera, it's why I can sit in a room full of people who are all Trump supporters and have an argument with them over the merits of how they're voting, because I have to believe that at the end of the day, number one, you really think you're doing the right thing. You're not the villain in your story. You think you're doing the right thing. And number two, I gotta believe you want what's best for you the way I want what's best for me. And maybe that can be the common denominator. Maybe we can figure it out from the fact that I don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. And you don't necessarily want to see nothing bad happen to me. You may be capable of doing something bad to me if you felt it was necessary. And I'm same way. I could do something bad to you if I felt it was necessary. But you don't want to see nothing bad happen to me. I don't want to see nothing bad happen to you. So maybe we can use. And bro, I'm reaching. I know.
The
I'm
only
reaching.
reason I want to say that you're reaching, and it's because I keep having these conversations, and I don't know how you sit in front with how you sit in a room with black Trump supporters. White people. First of all,
I can show you the clip.
There's white people at my job. We used to be cool. We don't talk no more. Based off politics, just knowing that you a Trump supporter, it's just at that point we just don't. It's not for us to really talk about no more, right? We going in two different directions because I'm very open about my views on life. You know what I'm saying? So obviously but you're white, so you do what's good for you and your community. I understand that. I don't hate you. You do what's good for you and your community. The problem that I have with black people, the problem that I've had with the people I've spoken to about Trump and Kamala is they don't care about fact. They just don't care, bro. And they get really
irate,
boisterous and irate when you try to give them fact. I just want to have a conversation with you. And they just start spitting off all this ignorant shit and social media fucking
talking points.
Click. That's dumb shit. It's really not even true. It can be debunked, right? I give you facts in this conversation, right? I said first of all, he's like, well, what have they done? I said, first of all, son, you smoke weed. They legalized weed, bro. Why right now? You're literally blowing weed in front of police, like just you. They legalized weed. I said, yo, you know how many people actually got back they fucking
They record cleaned and all of that.
Yeah, fuck that. The student loan shit. There's mad people that actually got their shit forgiven. There's mad people that actually got their shit directly affects you and your family. You got 2 kids, right? I said, yo, she's trying to get $25,000 for first-time home buyers. She's trying to get them $25,000 towards their closing costs and their down payment. You know how hard it is to come up with $50,000, $60,000 your first time doing that? You know how hard that is, bro? That shit is difficult. I make a buck and change. And I'm like, I told you the other day, why you think I'm going to the park with tomorrow? I'm trying to get towards this number so I can buy my wife a crib. You know what I'm saying? This shit difficult, my nigga. We talk about things that directly impact your community, bro. And you're talking about $1,200 that wasn't even him. I can't talk to them.
Right, you can't.
I gave you mad shit. And then he just started talking about mad other shit. I swear to God, I don't even think I would talk to this.
It's the same conversation with every one of them that has that mindset. It's mind-boggling.
Or the people you see how some guys in hip hop that have the legal issues and they're clinging to Trump and they're throwing the support behind him. That's the funniest shit to me when you listen to him say, "Yo, we want to give police full immunity." We want to take it back to that. We want to take
blanket immunity.
We want to give them blanket immunity. We want to give it back to where they can really do their jobs. So I'm only 31, but I know that really doing their jobs don't mean anything good for black people. It's never meant that. It's never been like it was good. So I don't understand. I just, like you say, bro. I just don't get where the connection is. If it's like, yo,
I think they just don't like women,
he likes
bro.
is anti-black.
I don't think, because none of them had a problem with Biden.
No, they hate. Remember, they didn't like Biden.
Women didn't like Biden because of what's going on in Gaza. I didn't see many of the niggas
said Biden
actually saying shit about Biden
Trump
until it was a
the
Kamala
job.
thing.
Niggas still had a problem with Biden from the '94 crime bill. They keep bringing that shit up.
Yeah.
Let me
he old racist.
Let me ask y'all this because I'm really curious, because it's one thing about how to handle Trump supporters in a debate, argument, whatever. I have a little bit more respect for a different type of debate that I have where people just be like, I don't vote. I don't fuck with
the
Democrats.
System.
I don't fuck with Republicans. I'm against Kamala. I'm against Trump. I'm against all of this shit. And I don't think black people should vote. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
I always ask those people, so what are we supposed to do? Like, so, okay, cool. We don't vote. What's the next move after that? And I feel like 90% of the time, 99% of the time, it's never nothing. It's just, yo, just don't vote and just continue.
So that's what my thing was with
like,
Mecc when he said that. Like, I just understand. So my thing is, so we just gonna exist here under these things. Remember, that's what I was saying. So we just exist here. So then if that's the case, why not think about going somewhere else?
Well, remember,
right?
my word was, no, make moves.
Right.
Make moves. Don't sit still.
You actually said you're doing things, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to these meetings. I'm having meetings with, and you're active. You're actually speaking back into the community. You're doing things. But these are motherfuckers who's not doing anything socially. There is no community, any work whatsoever. So it's like, yo, I'm going to affect this way. I'm going to make an effect this way. No, I'm just going to exist.
Remember what I said about rugged individualism?
I can't, bro.
Remember what I said about the devil you know and the devil you don't? There are plenty of people who exist in that space. That rugged individualism is just me. It ain't about nobody else. It's just about me. And when you rock like that, not voting is an option. Because fuck that shit. It's never helped me, so fuck that shit. Even if it has and I just can't see it.
You just don't know because you're not doing work towards reading towards what's actually going on.
People are in these programs and saying, yo, the government they're not doing anything for us, and then going.
My nigga, trying to get you $3,600 in child tax credit for you and your baby mama. I know you get $500 back. I know you and your baby mother give you, like, let me get a little piece of that. You get your little. She's trying to get an increase in the money she get. Maybe you get a band now. Like, this is directly affecting you and your crib. What are we talking about?
$1,200.
Son, dude.
Yeah, that's $1,200. We right back to that $1,200.
There go your $1,200 right there.
No, bro,
you good.
She's actually trying to give you $1,200. Her.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, that shit.
And meanwhile, people don't know that he had nothing to do with that. Held it up just long enough to get his name on the check.
Bro, and that's why I always say, like, yo, where did y'all... That's why you just ask people, yo, who told you this? Just ask people that from now on. Yo, who told you that? Where'd you get that from?
Go check the clip of my expert opinion. Yo, Kamala put mad niggas in jail. Yo, Trump's gonna get you killed. How about that? How about when the cops lock you up, nothing happens to them at all?
Yeah, that's crazy.
You all right with that?
And
like,
these
that's cool?
the niggas, because the women don't really, with all due respect to the women that go through the system, it's you niggas that's gonna suffer from that.
King, I was in a room full of street niggas having this conversation. I'm the only non-street nigga in the room.
I'm not worried about this.
I'm like, wait a minute. How am I?
Yeah.
Fighting for
How am I more connected on this than y'all?
Remember Blue Lives Matter? You forgot that part?
Right.
When these dudes had the stripes on their joints
the blue line?
and they all turned their backs on the man, you forgot it. You live in New York, Brody. How is this okay for you? I don't commit no crime. I'm not in the streets. My worst thing is I might knuckle up with somebody. I'm not committing crime. I'm not a street nigga. I tell everybody I'm not a street. I'm L7 like a motherfucker. I'm square as shit. I'm square as shit. And I'm telling you, he's got it. And he's going to let the cops run away. You find how, Sway?
He told you he's going to let the cops do it. That's why I'm like, yo, I don't know what, like you said, I don't know what more y'all need to see. Like, what do y'all have to see or hear to feel like?
They give Trump so many passes for all the bullshit. But
it's because they don't like women, bro.
That's
and that's
too.
the
They
thing.
don't like, no, they don't like women.
But
that's
it was,
for sure.
I saw the same
reason they don't
Biden,
like
though.
Drake. They don't like women. Bro.
I saw the same arguments with Biden.
That's what it is. I know. I'm sorry.
Are we gonna get this Drake thing out the way?
Yeah,
or what?
Yeah.
That's like the
Same
6,
reason,
7 times.
Any nigga that don't like Drake don't fuck with women like that. They don't. They like that hardcore hippie, that guns and shit like that. They don't want bitches having a good time. They don't want to be around women dancing and all that. No, fuck that. I ain't with that gay shit.
Keep making me dance, waving my hands, and there won't be
Yes,
no
that's
threat.
what we want. That's what we want. Yes, shout out to making me dance and shaking the ass. Yes, I want all that.
I like Drake with the melodies.
Yes,
I like Drake when he talk tough.
I want all that. Shout out to that. Pardon me, y'all. I'm sorry.
He's not sorry. He's not sorry
I'm so
at
tired.
all.
I'm tired, bro. Where we at? 1:38. We got 20 minutes. Y'all want to blow up Steve talking about relationship corny shit or what? You want to have some fun?
Sure, why not?
Have some fun. Right? Laughs and jokes.
I'm with it.
Young Prince, the opening MC, I believe, for Asake. I think he was on stage. Young Prince this weekend with Asake played.
I went
right?
to Asake concert.
Yeah, I think he MC'd it. The very black African guy.
Oh yeah, I saw him on there.
Yeah. Shout out to Young Prince. He actually said, question, how soon do y'all talk about intentions when getting to know someone? Do y'all wait till the first date or go through the first couple convos via phone, text? I personally said, what did I say after this? I said, hold on. I can't remember, but I want to say exactly what the fuck I said.
How soon do you talk about intention?
Yeah, I said I got to get to know you before I know what my intentions are.
Yeah, like, we have to have some type of conversation to establish.
Yeah, but conversation ain't enough. I need time.
Mm-hmm.
While we're dating. You ain't got to give me no pussy. I might just enjoy you, right? So I'm not saying whether situationship, none. I don't know. I got to get to know you. I got to see how you treat your friends. Like, what time are you out all the time? Do you work? Like, do you like to travel? Do you like what exactly do you like? Who are you?
Exactly.
I need to know who you are, not your representative, not even the person I fucked the other night, the first night, second night, third date. I don't know. I need to know who the fuck you are before I know what my intentions. They told me I'm bugging. They said you should walk into situations when you meet somebody knowing what you're looking for. I said, let me tell you something right now. I could walk into a supermarket and not know what I'm looking for. I know I'm going shopping.
I know I need food.
But I don't know, right? I sometimes I pick up some steaks. Sometimes I get, but you know what I mean. And I got there's different moods. When dating, a lot of times I need to see. You don't just go looking for Miss Right. You don't. You just listen. I want to date. I want to see what's out there. Is that wrong, or is that just how men think?
No, that's individualistic. That's very subjective.
And Melly, you got your mic. I know you over there. You want to talk. I know you because we ain't got Dodge in here. Don't act. Yeah, I know you want to talk. I see it in her face. Melly, like, look at these niggas. I love talking with niggas. She loves a room full of niggas. Pause.
That was crazy.
Sorry.
Is that a pause?
Sorry. But
I'm looking at stuff on the wall. I don't know if that's
I try to pause for her.
There's stuff in here. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think about this.
That's an individual thing. What are you after from this chick specifically, or do you have an agenda? And then how soon do you share that agenda? Because if you're fucking with somebody who's only looking to get in where they fit in, and they're gonna play that role long enough, they may show you the screensaver of what you want long enough to get you in the mix. And then you shake that screensaver and all kinds of shit is on the screen afterwards. It's like, oh my God, you fell for it. So it doesn't turn out to be a smart policy. I personally am after, whatever it is that I'm going for. Hey, listen, are you down or not? Are you down or not? If
and
you're
that
not,
works for you.
So far, I've had my drawback. Let's
put a pin in that. Remember, because I'm gonna ask you, what was you talking about? I want you to tell me that.
All right.
What do you think about this conversation?
I think it. If you know what your intentions are, then it's probably better for you to state it in the beginning. Because why waste your time? Like,
what are your intentions?
That's the thing. If you know what your intentions are, like for example, majority of my dating career, I did not have serious intentions for any of the women. Like, I'll just be honest. I was in the clubs. I was a DJ. I was not looking for a girlfriend. I was looking for somebody that fit into my lifestyle, right? So I didn't want. So if I put my intentions out there by words or actions, that's better for me. It weeds out the chicks that's not with it. You ain't with this type of lifestyle. You want to settle down. You want a nice, calm life. You're not for me. So why would I waste my time? It's better for me to let you know what my intentions are. Like, I just want to have a good time. Somebody I could take to the club with me. Somebody you could come over 3, 4 in the morning, whatever. If that's not what you into, then we wasting each other's time. I'm not going to say it like that because that's a bit crass. But my point is, I like that. If you could get that exchange out before you start dating, you.
How's that been for you? How's that worked for you?
Fantastic.
I haven't heard of you could use that word.
Fantastic. Which means he really meant it.
Yeah.
He really meant it.
But hold that thought.
Yes.
What do you think about this conversation?
I think it's important to say your intentions out, but I do also think that sometimes you maybe not be sure of where you're trying to go. So you might meet somebody, you might think one thing one day, and shit might change. So I feel like
you gonna tell her when it changes. Yo, I thought I wanted to fuck with you, but I might just want to fuck something. How you feel about that?
No, I think if that's how you genuinely feel, then that's part of the communication. You should probably say that. Because again, if you have her continue thinking that it's something else.
Get off my couch.
I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, get the fuck out. I don't like liars, man. You're lying. You're not telling the bitch, yo.
But why not?
I changed my mind. I just want to fuck. You're not going to do that.
Why not?
Because you're not going to get no pussy after that.
But why do you think getting pussy is the most important thing, though?
What's the point of still fucking with her? If you're telling me that you're doing that, if you're doing that to not fuck with her no more,
to have sex. This is only to have sex.
I'm saying you're giving intention, right? If you're doing that because you don't want to fuck with her no more, cool. If you're doing that because you're demoting, you're saying like, yo, I wanted you here when I met you. My intentions when I met you were to date you, see where the relationship could go.
They could have changed
right now, I just want to fuck something.
Yeah, what's wrong with
cool?
that? And she could say no.
You're
and
not doing that.
Why not?
You're not doing that.
Because you think I'm scared that I'm not going to get
pussy. I know no niggas doing that.
Bro, you're bugging.
It doesn't work.
You're bugging. It's not, but that's the problem. You're worrying about it working. It's not about it working. It's not
because I still want to fuck something.
But why can't I just have a friend? I can fuck anybody I want. See, this is the problem with niggas.
Yeah, listen, I agree with him.
Like, no, listen.
Because the nigga thinks that after you tell a chick, yo, I thought we was going to be good for a relationship. We fucked.
Nah.
But now I'm demoting you. Don't want none of that no more. I'm being honest. Just want to be friends.
So I'm supposed to string her along. I know that I don't.
You're still stringing her along.
But because
you know she still want to fuck with you. Now you think she really still want to be a friend?
Why would I not? What's the problem with that? Is my thing.
Is you can cut that off.
I agree with. No,
just
I
cut that off. Go ahead.
Okay.
I think Tahoe, the problem is you're assuming that yes and niggas in general just want to fuck, and that's what it is.
Yeah,
and there's gray area there.
Assuming that niggas want to fuck. What kind of niggas? Who we lying on this podcast?
That's the problem. See, that's the problem.
Let me re-explain.
Niggas be too horny.
When we talked about
niggas be too horny. I'm tired of niggas be too horny, bro. Niggas be too horny, bro.
I didn't know I'm horny. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean that.
It's not always about sex, bro.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, bro. Let me explain.
Not for me.
When we talking about intention, dating with intention. When I was single, when I was dating, it wasn't just about sex. Like I said, I looked for a certain woman that would fit into my lifestyle of being in the clubs. That did not always mean we needed to smash. Sometimes smashing might be the last thing I need from you because I don't need 10 chicks that I smash at my table right now. If you had a group of homegirls that could come support me and come to my parties while I'm spinning, you're way more valuable and way more of an asset than smashing. So if we ended up being friends, that's perfect for me and my lifestyle. So my intentions might have been different. I'm not saying that every guy thought like that.
What are you talking about right now?
I'm talking about intentions with dating.
Yo, you so smart, but this is the weirdest. Yo, are you seriously telling me that when you meet a person to date,
yes,
right? I would rather not smash because she's going to bring 10 other girls to my section. So I'm just going to keep her in a space of not smashing. And you, the nigga that I know, this is what you telling me because you super mega horny. Wow. That nigga was hornier than me.
Oh, that is not true.
That nigga was hornier than me. Back in the day. I don't know about now. But you're not telling me that this is we're talking about dating? That you really was having a chick come to the club, chill with you just because you were having chicks and you was cool with that. That's all I want.
You remember this conversation we had? Me and Tahoe go way back. We best friends since
I can tell.
was 13 years old.
I hope so. I hope it ain't just me.
Right?
And it's
like, bus. He does it to me too, but here comes the bus. Yeah, go ahead, Tron.
My best friend since 13 years old. I remember we was in our early 20s. We've always been completely different people, right? and you just couldn't understand the concept of having platonic
friends.
female friends.
Yes.
You couldn't understand the value.
Right.
And I've always had a bunch.
Right.
And I've never
But
been
that's
the one.
not setting intentions.
What I'm saying is,
on dating,
if you like somebody, physically attracted, you want to date them, if for some reason, like Yes was saying, it gets to a point where you're like, this probably ain't a romantically compatible situation, but we could still be cool. For somebody like me, there's always space for that. And it could be way more beneficial than it would have been if we would have just smashed, knowing that we really ain't gonna mix. Like, you know what I mean?
And now I've done that multiple times.
I get that.
I've done that a lot of times with girls that I know like me, that I know that want to smash. Because I know that I'm not really going to take it there with them, I might have said that I would smash. But then after a while, it's like, yo, you're actually cool. You're a good person. You know what I'm saying? We support each other. That's is going to do more negative than positive to the conversation.
Y'all changing the conversation.
Okay.
The conversation
about
was
people that you initially want to date.
Somebody that you walked
mind.
into where you told them, I am intentionally dating, looking for a relationship.
Okay.
This person thinks I'm the one. I got the nigga. The nigga is really on it with me. Y'all beat. This is what I threw in there. Y'all did beat, right? Because when dating, you could change it. Once sex gets involved,
you're saying once the relationship is established, like
not even once established. You told them that this was your intentions for them.
Okay,
that's the word, intentionality.
Okay,
that's the word we need to stay here. We'll stay on with. All this other shit, that's different. Okay. You've communicated a certain expectation of your behavior and what she thinks she's going to get from you. Okay, right? She's moving on that.
Right.
She gets the buns, you get the buns, whatever. Because if you don't, whatever, and then you kind of change your shit, fall off, whatever, she might catch an attitude. But it is what it is. But you smash, and then you say, yo, you know what? I think I'm good with smashing. We could just keep smashing. I don't want a relationship with you no more. You think she's still going to chill with you?
I see what you're saying now. I understand what you're saying now.
No.
And that,
you a liar. You a fuckboy. You this, you that. That's what she going to think.
Yeah.
You tricked me.
You tricked me. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's different. Yeah. So I'm not telling you nothing early on. We can figure it out. I don't know. We could date. You don't gotta give me no buns. You can't give me no buns. You don't have to. Right? But I don't know. I kind of don't even remember your last name. Like, I'm still trying to remember your name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We go out. I love going out. We go to the park. We go to dinner. I love eating. Right? But until I get to know actually who you are, and unfortunately for women, y'all can't hold y'all pussy. Cause a nigga, when y'all like a nigga, y'all pussy be liking them too. Pussy be like in they pants like you ain't even gotta try, especially when you ain't a hungry for pussy ass nigga. Yeah. When you tell a chick, I ain't even looking, like, she be trying to throw this shit at you. Yeah. Stay still, nigga. Stay still. You get some of this pussy. Yeah, you like,
that's facts.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, to all y'all point, I have another one. Where we at, Melly? 55, right?
2 hours.
We're at 2. Damn. All right. Well, this is our last one. Damn, I had a couple more, but y'all talk very well. I love y'all.
I'm chilling, by the way. If you want to rock?
Nah, cause this shit ends at 2:30, and then it's just,
fair enough.
And then I want y'all to catch some sunlight. It's fucking Sunday.
You with the truth, but the man
Hold on.
who really
This girl
manipulators, they're the one
is speaking about men who manipulate women, right? Very interesting theory that she came up with. And both of y'all, matter of fact, all 3 of y'all may have landed in the box that she created. Let's see what she says.
A man can manipulate you with a lie, and he can manipulate you with the truth. But the men who really are master manipulators, they're the ones that's going to tell you the truth because they understand that you're going to tell yourself a lie in order to stay connected to them. I've even heard a quote that said, you don't even have to lie to a woman. If she likes you enough, she going to lie to herself. And this is how you end up getting tied up with a man who's not going to give you anything you need. You meet him and he be like, hey, I'm just letting you know I'm not ready for no relationship. But he still wines and dines you, still brings you flowers, still spends the night with you, still has sex with you, does all the things that he would do if he was in a relationship with you.
It's this nigga right next to you.
And you say, well, why you treat me like this if you don't want to be with me? He gonna be like, I told you I didn't want to be in this relationship. That's the trick. The truth gives him the power over you because you get to make all your decisions. And then when you start tripping on him and telling him, well, you did this and you did that and I thought this and I thought that, he gonna be like, no, but I told you. So I know that most men who are really
That's that nigga. Look at him.
women the truth. The only difference is they'll tell you the truth. I'm not ready for a relationship, but they'll do the exact opposite of what they said. So if what he says is not matching what he's doing, then 9 times out of 10 you are being manipulated. If he tells you he loves you, but he's not doing anything to prove that to you, that's manipulative too, because he'll tell you what you want to hear, but he will never do things that align with what he's telling you. So how do you know you're not being manipulated?
Yes, girl.
Words,
No, don't do that.
actions,
Don't do that. You don't want to support this.
And the minute the words stop matching the actions, or the actions stop matching the words, you know that this is not a serious person.
Shorty, you change the conversation too. She can change the conversation. I'm gonna let it rock. There's another 40 seconds. I want her to get her whole thought out.
She's not right.
But
that
I don't agree.
though.
Melly, be careful.
She's not right.
You ready?
It happened to me.
You ready to end it? All right, go ahead. Y'all do your thing.
So I'll start off because it seems like I'm on my own here. I actually think that she's spitting facts.
Yes.
And I can when Tahoe pointed out like, yo, that's you right there. That was me. 10, 15 years ago. And that's why I can take accountability and understand.
This nigga ate the apple, bro.
Where I was manipulated.
This nigga ate the apple.
Nah, let me speak
what
on
y'all
it.
gotta say.
Let me speak. I really want to hear what y'all got to say, but I got to speak my truth. I've always been the dude where it's like, yo, I told you I wasn't monogamous. I told you I didn't want this and third. But I've also been the dude that's naturally
charismatic. You do things for women. You drive them home.
I'll open doors. I'll be polite.
At night to them.
Things like that. You know what I mean? So
it wasn't me. They hated me. Cause it's like, no, that nigga really don't care. Trump acts like he cares, regardless of whether you give him some pussy or not.
But Trump cares though.
But unfortunately,
not really.
Unfortunately, to do things that come natural to me, just to be polite and open doors and be a chick that likes you and is lying to herself, can take that the wrong way and it could get you in trouble.
Mecca, thank you.
I know
Mecca,
this from experience, and I've had exes that I've spoke to, and we're cool on good times, and we've spoken, we've had conversations about it, and I'm like, yo, it's really good.
Nick looks sick. Look at him. He looks sick.
Meg is done with this.
There's been times where, you know, I've had a chick where I might have broke her heart, and we became friends later. She was like, you know, just give me constructive criticism years later, like, yo, you shouldn't play house. You know what I mean? I know you said certain things, but there was times where you treated me like your girl, and regardless of what you say, and it's like, and then you playing house,
and you believed it. You ate the apple ass nigga.
Yeah,
you are eating the women's apple. You're falling for the bullshit.
You drank the Kool-Aid.
You are eating the apple ass gardener eating ass nigga.
This is more than just her
Women
feedback.
have
This is my own feedback on myself. But I want to hear y'all.
It's called accountability.
It's called accountability.
These women are taking no accountability for their decisions. If you treat them like a human being, which is all I heard you do, you're treating them too nice to not want them.
Yeah. I had no choice. I had to fuck you.
If you treat them shitty, now you're a dude who's treating them shitty.
Yeah.
No,
you cannot in any shape, form, or fashion be penalized for telling the fucking truth. You can't let them turn the truth into a weapon against you. Sweetheart, I told you I can't do anything else but tell you. And if I lied to you, now I'm manipulating you. But you found a way to turn me telling you the truth as me manipulating you, as if you didn't make that fucking decision and I had say in the decision that you were gonna make. My intention was to be honest with you. What your intention was is completely up to you. And the consequences of your intention, your actions, are also completely up to you. You are a grown-ass adult woman. Yeah. You decided who to give the ass to.
That's right.
That's true.
I didn't put a gun to your head. I treated you nice. Pardon me for having fucking manners, for having a father who taught me open the door, pull out the chair, pay the check, and on occasion. If she's cool with you, treat her like you would treat one of your sisters. Nigga, I got 3 sisters. I treat all my sisters the same way. I cannot help that you have been dealing with these grindball ass niggas so long that any kind of positive emotion feels like I'm trying to fuck you. I can't help that. and I refuse to change my switch. I refuse to turn into a different kind of nigga because I now need to worry about how you're gonna react to me being cool with you. Yeah. You haven't even seen me in boyfriend mode. You have no idea what that fucking looks like.
So why you still
You've just been
doing the right thing.
You've just
why
been.
didn't you leave?
Because I like it here, and I didn't tell her to stay.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her to stay,
That's
sweetheart.
I was actually here.
I never told. And we're both having a good time. Here's the other part. Everybody's having a good time.
Everybody having a good time.
You enjoy me pulling out the chair.
You just want to stay.
And if you saw me with another woman, now what happens? Did I lie to you?
No.
Did I lie to you?
But the woman is basically saying that you know that I'm gonna fall for the bullshit. So why are you doing it?
No. But that's not. Hold on.
That sounds crazy.
That's the exact same argument that women use when a man gets with a woman and she uses him for all his money and then she breaks out. Well, you should have chose better. It's his fault now.
It's his fault.
It's his fault that she manipulated him out of his bread.
Exactly.
That she fed him. She fed him a fairy tale that he believed her. So when I tell you the truth, it's your fault that it's my fault that you don't believe me.
Exactly.
I'm now responsible for.
Exactly.
I have to lie to you.
Exactly.
Wait. What part of the game is it where I'm responsible for the fact that you don't believe me telling you the truth?
Yeah, I'm responsible for that. I got.
It's my fault.
What happened to my body, my choice? You actually chose to do this. You didn't have to never do that. You didn't never have to do nothing.
Accountability is always shared.
But this woman's not taking accountability.
Right.
Everything that came out of her mouth was about it was somebody else's fault. It was all somebody else's fault. He treated her too good, so she believed he wanted to fuck.
That's
it's
not
his
true.
fault.
Can I say something?
Melly, go ahead. You got a mic. Go ahead. You over there dancing and jumping around in your seat.
She was just talking about one situation. She didn't say that she was not taking accountability. She was just
never said
talking
she
about
wasn't
a
either.
manipulative man.
He's not manipulating her with the truth.
But there are some men that do that.
They're not manipulating you with the truth. I refuse to fucking accept that the concept that we can manipulate somebody by being completely honest with them.
So hold on.
That's what the purpose of them manipulating you.
Your reaction to the truth has nothing to do with me.
They will tell you one thing in the beginning, and then they will use that honesty, quote unquote honesty.
How is it quote unquote honesty?
Crazy.
Because
is it honesty or not?
They will do things to keep you around. They will say things to keep you around, make it seem as if
in this capacity.
Can I say something real quick, Mecc? I totally understand what you're saying, right? But I also understand that, for example, there's certain things that you say, but love is a verb. It's more about what you do, right? So you could tell a woman, "Hey, I don't love you," or not say the words "I love you," but if you show her in your actions, then you can't help her to be confused by the fact, does this man love me? Like this,
it does. If she's intentionally dating.
What I'm saying is there are mistakes that a man can make. It may not be intentional. I didn't intentionally manipulate anybody, but I understand what she's saying. It is a degree of manipulation.
But that's my point. She's saying you intentionally manipulate.
Well, that's different.
But that's the whole crux of my argument here.
But some men do that.
Manipulation is a purposeful, intentional thing. It's a plan. It's a plot. It's a scheme. True. If I'm telling you the truth, I cannot be held responsible for how you handle the truth. You can't get mad at me for how you decided to react to me telling you the truth. And I refuse to start acting like a dickhead to you in order to get you to leave me alone.
But if
especially if I'm not fucking you.
But if your actions don't align with your words, you don't think that's...
They are aligning with my words. This is who I am as a person.
So
this is me being me.
Can I be specific?
Nice.
Let me be specific.
We are talking about being nice. You said you're going to do things to keep you around.
I'm not talking about being chivalrous, opening doors. There's other things that...
Opening legs.
It's not you.
Okay, tell me the things. Give me the list.
Can I give you specific examples?
Wait.
I got you.
I got some specific examples.
Please.
Taking the condom off in a relationship. Introducing them to your family. Introducing them to your friends.
And you wild.
That's what I'm saying. Those are
at the time we had keys to your crib. We used to walk in. So you had no choice but to introduce
those are extremes, and I'm not saying personally I didn't introduce them to my parents, but yeah, there was some chicks, they were around my friends. I'm like, my friends are in the club, like, you're getting it twisted,
I was about to say.
My whole thing, but my point is that there are, and some of what I'm saying is extremes, but there are things that you can do that may not be aligned with what you said, and it could cause confusion.
Okay, and here's where I draw this line at. Everything you just mentioned is all in the eye of the beholder. Unfortunately for you, some people don't put that kind of weight on the actions you just mentioned. Unfortunately, being around my parents might not be a big deal for some niggas. Meeting my friends are all over the place. They're constantly around me. That's not a big deal. I like to fuck with no condom. Have you been tested? I've been tested. Let's get it popping. You're the only person I'm fucking, so I'm cool with that. I got a steady friends with benefit style situation. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, some people don't put that kind of weight on those things.
Right. Can I say something?
And if we don't have clarity on that, and you step to me for clarity, and I tell you, sweetheart, it's the same thing for me in the beginning as it is now. I have not changed my mind about anything. You now have a decision to make. And I don't want to hear I was manipulated any more than I want to hear, well, you need to pick better women when we get jerked. Like, you got to miss me with that shit. It's a grown ass world out here. I don't want to hear that shit.
I had a chick tell me she don't trust me with her body because I clean chicken and didn't wash my hands.
And don't wash your hands?
I didn't wash my hands. She watched me clean the chicken.
And you tried to go and touch her?
No. But I must not have washed my hands after I cleaned the chicken.
Yeah, you're a filthy
And
guy.
she was like, you just not the hygienic type of person. I don't trust you with my body. There is no point in a woman and y'all dealing with each other that a woman can't say, you want me to come to the club with you and your friends? I thought you said we was just fucking. I thought you said you wasn't trying to, because that's gonna confuse me. I don't want to be around your friends. I had my kids during the day. I don't care if it's during the day or not. I'm not coming around your kids. Hit me when you're free, right?
Right.
When a woman then acts like she doesn't have those choices, she is manipulating too. She is literally doing it because I agree that this is gonna fuck with you. You know that you're like, oh, I'm meeting his friends. Oh, he has me around his kids. Oh, I'm at the barbecue and I'm staying late and I'm gonna be the one. She knows, even though you said that, she knows that she's trying to inch towards the throne.
With that walk, exactly.
She's trying to make me go way up. She can't then at the end be like, oh, but I thought, you made active choices.
True.
Each and every time I did things that I thought was just cool because I said what I said. You could have checked me on that. Hold up. Do you still mean what you said before? It's just part of the conversation. We just chilling, right? Oh, because I got a date later. Or whatever. You could actively say, we just chilling.
You treat all your friends like this? Yeah, actually.
Yeah. Boom.
I do. Now what happens? Now what?
If you're just trying to sneak through the fucking front door.
Say that.
Say that.
Yeah, I think that's what it'd be a lot of time. I think most women go into a situation with the mindset like, whatever the nigga say, I don't really care because I could change that. You know, I have the power to change whatever you said. I'm not even listening to you because I'm gonna get you to be over here when you're starting over here.
Accountability is the main word for me.
And when it don't work, that's where the accountability starts.
Like, accountability is shared, and I'm just taking my share of it.
Shared.
Even if the majority of it is on the woman to make those better decisions, you also got to understand this is dating styles back to my 20s and 30s, right?
Yeah.
So these are younger women as well. An older woman that has dated and experienced life is not going to put herself in those situations. To your point, Tyler, she'd be like, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? But at that point, it's like, yeah, she has some accountability there, but I also have some accountability. Also knowing how this is going to end, because I've done it 3 times before and broke hearts before. So yeah, there's some accountability on me to be more careful with a woman's heart.
Okay,
that's all I'm saying.
There's no time in this life where people are gonna go through life without getting a broken heart.
Hold on,
sucks for you, sucks for us, sucks for everybody. Everybody gonna get hurt.
Everybody got to be careful with the men's heart too.
Hold on, because I'm with. Jesus ain't make it out of this life without getting crucified, bro. Like, you gonna have to knock that off. Ain't nobody getting out of this life without scars. So if you thought you was gonna walk through this world and nobody was ever gonna hurt your feelings, sucks for you. Cool. Number one. Number two, I refuse to let the truth become a weapon. You can't make me feel bad for telling you the truth. And if I just need to keep reiterating the truth to you, Maybe that's it. Maybe I need to say it more often. Maybe, hey, don't forget.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
That might be it.
Don't forget.
Nah, that's crazy.
Don't forget. But you did say you did this, you did that. Yeah. Don't forget. I didn't change my mind. Don't forget.
Yo, you know we just fucking, right?
Right, yeah.
Yo, can you imagine you doing
I feel like
something
women
for
would
it?
get upset at you saying that. Like, yo, why you keep throwing that in my face?
Yeah,
I know that. I know. Like,
wow, actively lying to themselves. We'll tell you. I know. You ain't gotta keep telling
Before
me.
you about to do something out the window, sometimes it's better say that. Like, yo, I'm about to go on this work trip in Lake Como. I know it's well romantic out there and all that. I just want you to come with me, but I'm letting you know, like, this doesn't mean it changes our relationship.
I told the
There's
chick
an
like
appropriate
that. I
time to
took
say
her to
things like that.
Aruba, and now I'm engaged to her. I said we was just friends. I don't even know who was lying to who, because she said okay.
Would you rather not go? How about that?
That's what I thought.
When I've had a friends
and
with
all
benefits,
these motherfuckers told me that's your girlfriend. I said no, she's not.
I had a friends with benefits. She had kids. I was like, yo, I'm about to pull out. You can't come over. My kids are here. Heard you. Heard you. Quiet. It's quiet. Heard you. My kids are here. Now these are teenage kids, but she don't want me to meet her kids because we not like that.
right.
Heard you.
Nothing wrong with that.
Was it
Easy.
daytime or was it nighttime?
Early evening.
He said 5 o'clock.
Yeah. 5, 6. Early. Some was still up, but it was on the way. It was on the way out. Twilight time.
Sun's getting low.
My point exactly. She has teenage kids. She's of a certain age. She's experienced enough, and she knows better. It's like it's manipulation when you're dealing with a woman that maybe not.
Grow up. Everybody has to go through it. Grow up.
Share some accountability.
Somebody in the
some
comments
people are manipulating.
says, stop blurring the lines. If she's just a fuck buddy, keep her in that box. The only time you speak should be to schedule a dated time to fuck. That's it.
Damn.
Bullshit.
That's dry.
That's
crazy.
bullshit.
Right.
Niggas need somebody to go see Deadpool with. Like, yo, I want to go get tacos and fucking tequila. Like, yo,
go
we
with your
fucking. I
friend.
want to.
No.
You are my friend.
Exactly. You
Why
are
we
my
not
friend.
You are my friend.
We're not.
You is because I like your personality and your
Clearly we're
pussy.
not.
I don't want to keep
You are
fucking
my
somebody I just
friend.
like they pussy.
Clearly you're not. We're just fuck buddies.
Yes, you are.
Wait, hold on.
Yes, you
You're
are.
not my
Fuck
friend.
buddies can't be friends.
They should
Then
be.
if that's what it is, then that's what it is. But if we're just
Grow
fuck buddies,
up,
then we're
man.
just fuck
Niggas said
buddies.
they
We
go
are
see Deadpool
fuck
with your
buddies.
platonic
Grow
female
up.
friend.
I never had a fuck buddy that I ain't like her as a
Everybody
person.
got
Like, I'm
girls.
like,
Yeah, like where do y'all get this
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
Like am I supposed to be your enemy and fucking you? I gotta treat you like shit
She said
while
like
we're
a-
fucking.
like a
Yo,
glory
do
hole.
not speak unless it's time to
Y'all know
schedule the
definition.
fucking. That's it.
Yo, women, because and the thing is, they treat people like this. They just don't like getting treated like this. They literally have food niggas, sex niggas, money niggas, whatever. They have all of these things and they're
there's a
able
lot
to do it.
Women, men,
And y'all treat these
both
people
are
like
manipulated.
they're gonna have a chance. And they already, from the minute you met them, you knew he was just gonna be a money nigga. You knew this nigga. You would never. Y'all tell us, there's niggas out there that y'all just gonna fuck that you know he's not wifeable. You know he could never meet your parents, whatever. But he could be a nigga that you fuck.
you just
Y'all
talk-
say
you
it.
just talk with him.
That nigga don't know that he's just dick.
Yes, he does.
No,
Bro.
he doesn't.
No, he
That's
doesn't.
not
He doesn't.
A lot of niggas won't even want to fuck. Some niggas do.
Because
I'm not gonna say
he
will.
probably wouldn't spend money on you if he knew that.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the perfect. I think for ladies who are watching this thing, just know this: the same way you have men who are in the friend zone and can never make it out of the friend zone. We understand that. We've heard that. We respect that. We get that. Understand, please, that men have their own version of the friend zone. It's called the just fucking zone. And once you're in the just fucking zone, you're very rarely going to be able to make it out of that zone into the relationship zone. The same way we can't make it out of the friend zone into the relationship zone, you can't make it out of the just fucking zone into the relationship zone. So maybe if you take that little gem and move forward, it'll help you navigate the rest of your life. But other than that, like, chill the fuck out. You ain't gonna make me feel bad for telling you the truth ever.
That's not what we're saying.
You can't make the truth a dirty word. The truth is not manipulation. The truth is
like
the
you
truth.
guys did not even understand.
Your
what was
reaction
said.
to the truth is your responsibility. You need to be accountable for how
We're not
you
talking
react
about
to the.
that, though.
Yes, we are. That's what she said.
No,
How
she
you
said
arguing
manipulative
off
men.
It's not manipulative to tell you the truth.
All right,
that's
y'all.
not what we're talking about.
We are at the end. Well, we were talking about.
But that's not what she was saying.
Yes, it is.
Yo, we are at the end of the show. Great ass motherfucking show. Yo, shit, maybe I should have started with the salacious shit. Y'all motherfuckers is sick. Oh my god, yo. Trom, Mecc, Yesssterday, Thank y'all for joining us on the couch. Dodge, we missed you as always. I'm so glad she wasn't here because everybody got a chance to talk.
Oh, wow.
Oh, man.
She's going to be like, wow, I'm not going to be here next week either. Mecc, please tell these people where they can find you.
Oh, Mr. Mecc on all platforms. MRMECC. That's YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, I guess it's called now. Every place else that matters.
Mm-hmm.
My expert opinion. Conglomerate. Shout out to Bus Rhymes, and everything we got cooking over there. Shout out to Viper Records. Oh, don't let me forget. Section 2 just dropped an album. And it's fire. Fire. It's spelled Section TOO, all one word. Section 2, new R&B album. It's fucking phenomenal, and that just came out on Viper. So please go check that out.
Send me the motherfucking link, and I will put it in there.
I got you. Say less.
This is gonna drop Tuesday, so send it to me, and I'll.
As soon as I get back to the house,
so that you guys could just go click the link and go listen to the joint. Yesssterday, where can people find you?
You can find me at Yesssterday, YESSS, Today, regular.
Today was crazy. You might as well just kept spelling it out.
Today. It's like regular.
YE 3 S's and the rest of the word. Tron, what you got going on?
I don't know.
Fucking up a passport somewhere.
I pretty much took the summer off, and I'm excited to get back to work. I ain't make no money this summer. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to get back to work, and just got a lot of things.
So we could have been recording the whole summer, is what you're saying?
Yeah. I mean, when I was in town.
When I was in town. Y'all already know we back in the studio. I'm so happy to be back. Y'all miss y'all. We're gonna build this shit back the fuck up, because I'm like, damn, it's hard for me to be like, I'm gonna record. Like, I just fell off the fucking wagon, but we back. Y'all know what it is. Get the fuck out of here. Go watch what's it called?
My Expert Opinion.
My Expert Opinion.
Or go check Mechanism Mondays on my own page. Check that too.
My Expert Opinion. I'm gonna go watch that shit now too. I'm gonna cook some chicken. But I'm gonna wash my hands. So shameless. Melly, don't turn nothing off. Put me on the camera. Give me the camera. Yeah.